Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? And welcome to this wonderful podcast. This podcast is called Dreamcast. Today, we are welcomed in by other speedrunners named Emerldd and Savac. Emerldd, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yo, my name is Emerldd. I speedrun Sonic Adventure 2, much like these fine lads here. Mostly just Hero Story. We dabble in Dark Story, but that's basically what I do. Sonic speedrunner, I guess, technically, quote unquote.
All right, hi everybody. My name is Savac, also an SA2 speedrunner, predominantly focused on Dark Story. I do dabble in Hero when it suits my fancy. It usually doesn't last for more than a week or two. But you can generally catch me running really random categories of SA2 whenever I feel like it. I've definitely tried my best to fill up Chao %, Restricted, All Stories, Last Story. Who knows what I'll set my sights on next.
Yep. So today we have a bunch of topics we're going to talk about. For the first topic of this podcast, we're going to talk about what got us into speedrunning Sonic and how it changed our channel. So to start off, I'll start off with this topic. So what got me into speedrunning is this wonderful fellow, right? You know, he's actually in the car right here. It's mirrored right here. This man right here. I've known him since 2016, 2017. And he was a Smash homie, right? And he started speedrunning Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, a game I grew up on. And I was like, you know what? Smash Wi-Fi kind of sucks. So I decided to start speedrunning myself. And I speedran it once and fell in love with it. And it changed my channel so much. Just the fact that I have an amazing community and it's just so much more fun than Wi-Fi Smash.
Feel that. For me, wait, getting into speedrunning specifically or speedrunning SA2?
Got second option, I guess.
SA2. Okay, so specifically for SA2, getting into speedrunning that, I was kind of watching speedruns kind of around like 2014, 2013, like when I first made my Twitch account. Like the very first thing I saw was like Worcester doing Pokemon speedruns. But I eventually found Talon doing Hero Story speedruns because at the time, you know, he was definitely like the most like predominant like runner. Like he was the guy pretty much. So I would always watch Talon streams like early in the mornings, like when I would wake up. Like it was very convenient to like just like wake up during the summer or whatever and then watch a Talon stream. And so like after seeing like the speedrunning tricks and stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like one of my favorite games of all time. Like I didn't even know you could play it like this. And from then on, I was like, when I get the chance, like when I actually get like computer, like streaming equipment and like when I get my hands on the game and stuff, I want to play this game. I want to speedrun it just like him, you know? So that's what got me into it.
All right, so for me, SA2 was my first speedrun game, and I'd been a fan of speedrunning for quite a while. I watched probably GDQ for several years prior to when I first decided to actually do it myself in, I believe, 2017 in the summer. Or maybe 2018. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, I knew that it was going to have to be a game that I loved when I was younger, because if I'm going to be sitting and playing a game for hours and hours, it's got to be a game that I like.
True.
And there's, yeah, I mean, and you know, I definitely have kind of a love-hate relationship with the game now, but at the time I was like, all right, I loved this game when I was younger, I want to speedrun it. And I figured I wasn't going to actually be a serious speedrunner. I was just looking for some variety content, because at the time I was pretty much only doing Melee and Mario Kart. So I'm like, all right, let's pick this up, do a couple streams of it. But the community showed up in fucking force. So this, there was probably about 10 of them, at least one is in the chat right now, that were all in voice chat, watching me play my first run of the game, and they were just memeing on me non-stop. I mean, first of all, they were just making fun of me because I was playing on emulator, and they're like, oh, this guy doesn't have a clue. My boy DTrader1, he was there. He hosted me, and everyone's spamming his emote at the time, DTrade Concern, and I'm like, who the heck is DTrader1? And he just comes in the chat, I'm DTrader1. Anyway, The
That's
important part
awful.
of the
I didn't
story.
even I didn't even see Trader as like a flaming type of person. I mean,
Dude, he
sometimes
was
he's a
there.
joker,
I don't.
but,
He
like,
wasn't the one
off rip?
flaming. I don't think, but he was there.
Off
And,
rip, I don't expect that.
So they kind of took me under their wing a little bit. Stellar made me a series of videos. They taught me Eternal Engine Skip that night. And you know what? They had me at that point. They roped me in, and I've been trying to leave this community for years, and I just can't. I keep coming back. So it's all Trader's fault.
Yeah, I'm kind of new to the community. I just started speedrunning since oh, we bringing out the beer. Let's go, Savac. So yeah, I started out in May. So starting out in May, and it's what? Oh my God, January 2021. Streaming for about, it's gonna be 6 years in June, and I gotta say, like, this is like the past like couple months have been the most fun streaming that I've had in like prior to that. So like, I'm so happy I got into speedrunning this game, and I'm so excited to make like memories with the community, and I definitely gotta be more active in the Discord server. But I'm glad I met you guys. Like, all right. So next topic is Chao Garden. Sav, do you want to start off with that?
All right, so I have spent a very, very long time in the Chao Garden growing up. I was very big on Chao breeding at the time, so I made it, my mission to try and breed, first of all, the all-S Chao, which I did do. Took a lot of hours, but I got it. And that was just, going through multiple reincarnations, doing multiple breeding attempts to finally get a good roll each time. I did that. Made it my goal of getting every combination that you could get. Ended up learning a really stupid amount about just how Chao breeding works. And fortunately, I have left all of that behind me. I still have a wealth of knowledge about it. But exactly. You could not catch me in the Chao Garden. I will not go in there. It's not happening. The only way that I will go into the Chao Garden is if somebody donates money.
Donates money.
Or I was doing those meme Chao percent runs, and that's only because I pushed to get it on the leaderboard in the first place, and I felt compelled to do runs of it, but only one of each. And that's it. That's it for the Chao Garden. I'm never going back.
But the Chao Garden's so fire, though. Like, when I was younger, growing up on it, I just remember trying to get the Sonic Chao. What do you mean? No, both of you people have never experienced and worshipped.
Dude, this is how I know you're a casual still.
Look,
Yeah,
okay, all right. Look, listen. The Chao Garden growing up, like playing it when I was like 6 years old, because that's when I first started playing SA2, and from 6 years old to almost 21, I've like took breaks here now, and then I started playing like intense amount of Chao Garden. And that was like the main reason why I played the game, was just grinding so hard to find like every breed and get the Chaos Chao and the Devil Chaos Chao. Like my favorite Chao was the Sonic one. It was that Neutral Run. And the Chaos are just, they're so cute and adorable.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop you right there. You just said Chaos.
Chaos.
Oh, yeah, no, that's incorrect.
Okay.
Incorrect.
All right. How do you even pronounce it?
Chao is Chao.
The plural of Chao.
All right,
is Chao. If you put an S on it, it's chaos.
It's
and
chaos.
That's a different character.
When I was younger,
And everybody tries to put chows, like that's actually like a tiny little like pet peeve I have when people come into the
Me too.
chat and they're talking about chow and they'll put chows, and then my brain will always read it as chaos, and I'm like, you know how hard it is for me to read in general. Like, while I'm playing a speed game, like if I read chows as chaos, then I'm just screwed. Then I don't even know what you're talking about at that point.
so you want to know what I used to call it when I was younger? I used to call it KOs.
Chaos.
KOs. I feel like
Cute.
That's slightly better.
Cute.
in my
I feel like KO is such a cooler name than Chows. Like when I first found, I swear to God, I played this game
That's
for.
not the name.
I know for 10 years I was calling it
It's not the
KOs,
name,
and then I walk into someone's stream and they say Chows. I'm like, my entire world just flipped. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, for like this long I've been calling it KOs. Oh
Dude,
man.
I'm
So
about to KO you.
for me, as anybody who might know, who have come by my streams when I talk about Chao Garden, because anytime it comes up, I'll be like, homie, I barely played it growing up. And that's honestly because when I grew up, I actually did not play a lot of the game. There was so much content in SA2 that I just didn't even know existed until like I started watching speedruns of the game. Because when I was a kid, I didn't know there was any purpose into going into like the stage selection menu, because I figured I would just be able to play the stages normally just by playing them through the story style. But I didn't even get to play a lot of the like at least the later like hero story stages, because like I couldn't even complete the puzzle room in Crazy Gadget when I was a kid. Now, mind you, I'm 6 years old at this time, okay? So cut me some slack, okay? I was really young, so you know, it's a little different. But I didn't mess with the Chao Garden literally at all, because I saw that there were like when I picked up the Chao, I saw that there were stats and stuff, and I had no clue what any of them did or like what they really meant.
Yeah,
so
what could run possibly mean?
Well, no, I didn't know how to increase it, because I didn't know you were supposed to bring the animals to the Chao, you know? So like, but it's because I didn't spend any time in there. Like I would go in there and I would pet them and I'd be like, I don't really get it.
Do you not know those?
And then I'd be like, okay, time to go back and play my favorite Sonic and Shadow levels a billion times through the story mode, mind you. Through the story mode, not through stage select. So I would have to play through the whole story from start until later on.
Dude, but it gives
that was
you
like
cutscene selection.
Yeah, well, guess what? I would always restart my file. That is
Yikes.
true. That is a true fact.
Did you said you never went through a 180 emblem when you were younger, right? Did it later on?
No.
Yeah, he got the 179 eventually, though.
I only
talk about the 179. Right?
I think when I was younger, I only got up to 174. I couldn't get the last 6 emblems. And I think that was the only thing I had to get was A rank and everything. And I remember back then on the GameCube version, right, on the 2 battle, didn't you get like special costumes if you A ranked everything on that character for the multiplayer?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember A ranking all the shadow stages and getting that cool ass outfit. But we need to talk about this though. We didn't talk about this. Now, did you play Sonic Adventure 1 Chao Garden? Like, what's the difference? Like, what do you think is better, Adventure 1 or Adventure 2?
I'll be quick with mine because I did not play
Okay.
Sonic Adventure 1 growing up. I didn't play Sonic Adventure like SatX until like literally like a couple years ago. I did like a first time playthrough on stream, just like I did a full casual 180 emblem playthrough earlier this year. So I'm pretty behind the times when it comes to like playing the actual games of SA1 and SA2.
You know, it was kind of broken in Adventure 2 battle. In the Chao Garden, you can give them like infinite drives and animals, so you can just get all the stats to 99. And I know that's a speedrun strat, because I know people that do 180 emblems do that. And I was like, hey, I used to do that when I was younger. And I remember getting them all to 99. And then on the Game Boy, it was what was the Game Boy game that had the Chao Garden? Was it Sonic Advance?
Yes.
And I had the cable that connected the GameCube GameCube to the Game Boy, and I was able to transfer from Adventure 2 Battle to the Game Boy, and then the Game Boy to the Adventure 1. And I remember having all those broken strats in Adventure 1 and just getting all of the emblems. I think Adventure 2 Battle Chao Garden is way better, just with the fact that you can go in between worlds like super fast, and there was no dark Chaos, right? Adventure 1?
Yes.
Yes, there were? Or yes,
not.
there were?
There were not.
There were not. But why were those? It was dark fruit, wasn't there?
No, there was not.
There wasn't? Oh, I remember they being dark fruit. Well, I don't know. There were hero chows though, right?
No.
No, just regular chows. Oh, regular chows and jewel
Yes.
chows. That's what it was.
Correct.
And the only way to get jewel chows in Adventure 2, right, was transferring from Adventure 1, or was that from like events?
So you could get them from the first game or the Tiny Chao Garden,
Which
is advanced.
Oh yeah. And anyone remember the special Tails chow from
Yes.
Phantasy Star Online? I remember when I was
a limited edition version.
Yeah, like I remember when I was younger, my neighbor was also really obsessed with the Chao Garden like I was. So we would just constantly like. The time there was a cloning glitch and on the GameCube, because the GameCube has so many like glitches. Like you're able to, once you go to sell an item at the market, you can just reset your Wii and you can sell your item, keep the item, and keep the money you get from that exchange. So I always abused that tax so hard, and yeah, I remember getting the Phantasy Star Online Tails Chow, and it was really fun.
All right, so I'll give my opinion on the SA1 Garden. First, can I get some Fs in the chat for Drywall's run? I don't know what run Drywall lost,
F.
but it's fucking done.
F.
It's over.
Rip the
So
run.
the first adventure game's Chao Garden is terrible. First of all, second evolutions aren't a thing. In addition to that, you don't have hero or dark alignment, so there's really a lot less in terms of customization that you can do. That's really my main basis for thinking that it's not as good. There's less options.
Yeah, I don't think
I
you
don't
could.
really have. Oh, and karate's badass, so that too.
Wait, can't you? How was the racing stages for the Chaos in Adventure 1 compared to 2? Weren't they like
First,
camera angle was so weird, right?
that I don't remember, but probably.
I don't think there was karate in Adventure 1 either, right?
No, that was what I was alluding to. It was just races.
Yes.
Karate was new for battle.
Yeah. And I thought it was really cool, Adventure 1, how like that one egg in Station Square, you get the egg and bring it to, like there were like eggs, like there were 2 eggs, right? 2 jewel eggs you can get. There's the green and the silver.
There were more in Adventure. There was a silver one that was like chilling in a building. There was like a gold one that was like under a waterfall.
Yeah, those are the only 2 I remember. Wasn't there like a black one too?
Onyx, I believe so.
I don't even remember. I don't even know how you're supposed to get those. I like didn't look anything up when I was playing through on stream, and I was just like, how do you do this? And then I like spent like probably like 10-15 minutes trying to figure it out, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna
Right.
move on.
I've said my piece about the Chao Garden.
Yep, and Emerldd didn't have a good childhood with the game, so.
It's true. It's fact.
Yep. Very true.
So, moving on to the next topic. The Sonic 30th anniversary is coming up, and a lot of rumors of a remake. What are your opinions on that?
Well, I think a remake would be dope, but the issue is there's no way they don't fuck it up. I think is the big thing, because it's not gonna like it'll be nice to look at most likely, but it won't play the same most likely. It won't like feel like it's it's not gonna be the same engine. You know, it's gonna like feel completely different movement wise. So like it might be cool, kind of from like a casual perspective, just because they're like redoing the game, and I'm sure they'll redo the cutscenes, and I'm sure like the double actually work, like their lips will be synced and stuff, and they won't be talking over each other, hopefully. But I think the biggest issue is like it would be sick to see it, and like I would give it a try as a speed game, but there's just no way that they don't fuck it up. I feel like that has to be true.
Okay. So I am confident that they will mess it up, but that's what's going to make it a good speed game. Also, I hope that even if they have all the power to fix the cutscene, I do not want them to fix that faker cutscene. It is iconic. He has to cut Shadow off. Period. He has to.
They might just leave that in.
They should.
Like,
they really
nostalgic
should.
Value. Yeah.
But yeah, will I play the game? Absolutely. Will I attempt to speedrun it? Probably. Is it going to use boost? I hope not. If it uses boost, it's going to be a terrible game. If it actually uses, at least adventure-esque mechanics, I would be very thrilled. I will try every single skip that existed in the original and see if it'll work. I'm sure none of them will, because I have the utmost confidence in Sonic Team's ability to make a game without glitches.
Definitely not. Definitely
Yo, you
not.
see all the glitches are in Forces? Like I've seen like some runners abuse the mechanics in Forces. Like there's that one sand stage where they can just go through the entire floor, right?
Yep.
It's crazy.
Some of the speed second forces is actually kind of dope.
Yeah, so my opinion on if they do remake Adventure 1 and Adventure 2, honestly, I don't think Adventure 2 needs a remake. I think the game still holds up. Like the port on Steam, it's still like a pretty game. Like I don't think it's a old looking game. Like if I want to see like a nice remade beautiful game, I think Adventure 1 would look really, really nice remade, because Adventure 1 I played casually, so I wouldn't mind getting a casual remake of that. But Adventure 2 I think still stays up, or is still good, but I wouldn't mind a remake, but I don't think it needs one. I'd rather have Adventure 1. And yeah, fuck boosts, because I think 06 was the last one to have the spinning, right? It's called spinning mechanic. Oh, what is that mechanic called? Spinning, right? Oh no, what it's called?
I guess. Hold on.
There's an actual word for it. that when you hold it.
Are you talking about spin dashing?
Charging a spin dash.
Yes, spin dashing. But
yeah.
if they like, I think if they remake it, they'll like mess up storage for SA2 because SA2 has so many crazy mechanics. It's like little hidden abilities in the game.
Yeah, some of the tricks that work in SA2 work because everything is controlled awfully and mapped on the same button. That is true. So,
Yeah,
And
like
also gravity.
yeah, and gravity and stuff. I'm sure that a lot of SA2 as a speed game as we know it wouldn't be the same. There's no way if they remade it.
Mm-hmm. But I'll play it.
Yeah.
No, same. Definitely.
Do you think modern Sonic games would do better with spin dashing, or do you think it would do better with boost or
Spin dash.
spin dash? I just feel
I think it depends because the games are definitely centered around being made for boost.
Yeah, I know.
So,
They
like-
give you a straight goddamn line to boost through. What amazing level design that is.
I know.
Really.
Yeah.
it's like I think colors out of all I don't like boost, but I think colors has the best boosting mechanics. I don't know. I just really dislike having to just hold Y, boost the entire level, and then pressing another button to jump or duck underneath something. It's like, you know, in 06 when you're running down that on Crisis City and you're just running down and you're just avoiding everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically
The street, like it right at the end.
yeah.
You're
That's
avoiding all the cars and stuff.
yeah. That's basically just new Sonic games, but with a boost mechanic. And
Kind of,
like,
yeah.
but the homing attack I think is better in the newer games. The homing attack as well. I think having like a target assist is a little easier because I know in Virtua Battle the homing attacks aren't very good. And but yeah, homing attack canceling is nice though.
I don't know how those exist. I think those exist in the later games. I mean, I know. Well, the only one that I know off the top of my head, for sure, it's in Heroes. I don't know if it's in like 06 or like anything after that, but like off the top of my head,
Yeah.
like homing attack canceling. But
I don't know. I think it'd be cool though. Do you think they'd remake music or do you think they should keep it the same? I think they should just
if
like
they don't remake music, they're just not going all out.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
should do remixes for sure. Like
I
they
feel
can
like
do the
they'd
same
be
tracks.
cheating.
but like
There's no way that they don't.
what if they use Generations remixes? Because Generation has a lot of remixes from Adventure 2 Battle.
They
If
have
they
like
went that
3.
lazy with it, yeah, they have like what the fight
CE.
with Shadow and Sonic CE, and then I think that might be it.
White Jungle.
Maybe.
They remade White
They-
Jungle.
What?
Yeah, they remade
Was White
Radical.
Jungle in there?
Yeah, Radical Highway. They remade.
Oh yeah, you know, I think they did have White Jungle actually. I think
Oh,
somebody
okay.
requested it before, like when I had like
Yeah, that's me.
It has
Oh,
the
was it you?
Bio
Yeah,
Lizard
Yeah,
fight?
I was like
Wait,
requesting.
wait.
Yeah, they have a lot of things.
Fuck.
Like,
oh yeah, the Bio Lizard fight too. That's true.
yep.
I haven't even heard that.
Oh, White Jungle is from Forces. My bad. But yeah, Generations and Forces have a lot of cool remixes. But Generation more has the better remixes.
I'd honestly be really upset if they didn't. And
Yeah.
I feel like if they did, if
Mhm.
they didn't do it, it'd be such a cop out. And
Yeah,
it'd be such like it'd just be Sega just trying to cash out as much as they can for as little work as they possibly could.
I agree. I agree.
So-
Yep.
You guys have anything else to say about this topic?
I really don't.
No. All right. So we're gonna talk about next. So as a new speedrunner, what are some new tricks and first skips you should do in order? I know Emerldd. He was like the first person to show me my first trick, and it was the final rush skip. So if you don't know what the final rush skip is, on the last map for Sonic, on his last action map, you in the first like 20 seconds of the map, you jump off a railing and use this gravity mechanic, and you just kind of like manipulate it to pass the kill plane, and you reach the goal ring, and that's it. So I feel like at that point you kind of understand the game, but you don't understand it completely. So that's like my first skip recommendation. What would you guys suggest after that?
I'd honestly, before then, I know I taught you FR skip, pretty early on,
Mhm.
but if I'm being honest, one of the first skips everybody should learn, if we're going super basic, is like puzzle skip in Crazy Gadget. It's like you learn how to super bounce. It's one of the main things you'll have to learn or have to use like throughout the run. It's like one of the easiest thing to do. And then if we're talking about like something that's a little bit more past that, I would say definitely like like EE skip, like old EE skip. But it's like debatable at this point whether or not runners, like new runners, should learn BOFA first, which is, you know, earlier on in the stage and saves like I think 40 seconds over Eternal Engine skip.
40 over a good Eternal Engine skip.
Yeah, over a good Eternal Engine skip.
I think BOFA is easier than EE skip.
Disagree.
I learned EE skip and BOFA at the same time. But okay, all right, listen. I had more trouble with EE skip than BOFA because EE skip.
Yeah, because you probably used a Dark Pro video. Sorry.
Whoa.
Actually, fact. It's kind of the one thing that's cool about Dark Pro videos is that they exist, but the only thing that stinks about them is they're a little bit dated at this point. So.
The guy
a better setup for it, and his video just does not reflect.
Is that the guy with the Xbox 360 controller layout? And he's like, "What is up, guys?"
I think
guys.
so.
My name is Dark Pro, and I'm an SA2.
Yeah.
I love Dark Pro, dude. I learned a lot of stuff
love
from
Dark Pro too.
tutorials. To be completely honest.
Oh yeah, first ramp skip is a good one. Thank you, SMB.
The first ramp skip.
I would definitely say though, EE was the first one that I learned. I do like the puzzle skip one because you're actually learning a mechanic.
Oh
that
yeah.
You're going to need for the game because I am a firm believer that people do not need to rush right into skips. I think that in order to make yourself the best possible player, you need to focus on fundamentals. So you focus on getting good skipless times on stages that are technical that will get you good at the game. Yes, Knuckles practice is going to be the most important thing for a new runner. I definitely did say that the best skip that anyone could ever learn was how to skip losing 10 minutes combined on their Knuckles splits. But beyond that, focusing on like Pyramid Cave, Hidden Base, Crazy Gadget, Final Rush, City Escape, like just getting good skipless times with those stages is going to actually help you much more than just learning skips, which will help you a lot. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and like especially for like mech movement, which I think is not exactly what's the word? It doesn't come easy. Like it's not intuitive.
Yes.
It's something you have to get a feel for, and I think practicing arguably the most difficult raw movement stage for Tails, Prison Lane, will definitely help you so much. And it is one of the most boring stages to practice at first and frustrating because if you compare your times to like good times that people get in Prison Lane, you won't understand a lot of times when you're first starting out why you're not getting times that they're getting. And it's because you're not used to holding like maintaining momentum with Tails, or like taking turns the right way, or locking on to enemies earlier than you think you can, and like stuff like that, you know. So
this reminds me of a moment when I was watching AFWagers the other night.
Oh no.
And he was wondering why he was losing so much time in Prison Lane and how sub 140 just couldn't be done. And you know, I had to tell him, you know, that there's just little tiny bits of time loss that are happening everywhere, and it just adds up. And
it adds up so much. Like I can tell what like runners who have played for a long time can tell what their pace is, just like even if they're only like a quarter of the way through the level. Like they have like either you can just tell the times from like checks and stuff, or like I honestly don't always pay attention to the check times. I pay attention to like my own like mental like check times. Like after I do the first gate hop in Prison Lane, if I'm sitting at 28, I'm schmoovin'. Like if I made it like past the gate hop and I'm on the ledge there and I'm at 28, I'm schmoovin'. But if I'm at like 30, 31, I'm like, damn, I lost like a few seconds back there, and that sucks. And like I'm like, damn, this sucks. This is so slow, you know?
That's just what happens when you IL a stage enough. You notice if it's a good IL or if it's a bad IL. You just pick up these random cues. So it'll be like, oh, I jumped onto the elevator at 34, we're moving. Or it's like, oh, I jumped onto the elevator at 39, reset. You just pick it up eventually.
There's so many like little things that you get, especially from this game, just like over time from playing it over and over and over again. You just start to pick it up. You start to be more aware of certain things. And one of those things is losing like a second. Like just like even if you're losing like a second every 10 seconds, it's still like it adds up, you know?
Yeah,
so that's why you're losing time, AFWagers.
Yeah, we're about to talk about something that makes me lose time even more. I'm kind of scared to talk about this, but the next topic is Knuckles.
Ooh.
Oh man, I've been preparing for
No,
this.
All right.
I
Do you want to do this first, or do you want me to start?
Well, I'll start with something nice. Because both Savac and I, mostly Savac, will flame you for
Guilty.
Knuckles' knowledge. But I can't sit here and say that I wasn't one of those people. I was by far, like, even at the beginning of this year, I would say I had like very, very bad Knuckles knowledge and very bad movement and very bad understanding of like just the very like minuscule things about Knuckles that like they all add up. It's the same thing as like doing like a specific stage and losing a second over time. It all adds up. And like I flame you, man, but it's from a place of love, man. It's for real a really important part of the game, like super crazy important. And you are far past the point now to where you should be having like a death chamber be like a minute and a half or like even like above a minute, honestly.
I've been getting better with
Unless
Knuckles
it's
though.
Unless it's bad RNG.
Like I've been getting like 1 minute death chamber. I don't know. Okay, I'm like 75th on leaderboard, and I still don't know how to do booty clip or sign clip.
Learn.
I'm sorry, I just laughed at what Travel said about Bugs on Patrol.
All right. Should I talk about Knuckles a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. AFWagers, I'm going to be a little real with you right now. You've definitely got some work to do.
A
lot of people have some work to do when it comes to hunting.
I
get it.
disappointed
Hunting's
you
not
many
fun.
times.
I get it. You want to practice Sonic. You want to learn your crazy gadget skip. You want to learn CE skip. But it's not going to matter if you're just handing like 2 minutes to the game on just not knowing hunting pieces.
All right, do I get the excuse that RNG is not good on my side?
No, it's not
Okay.
bad RNG if you don't know the piece.
You're the zooming in on me.
It's not bad RNG if you don't know it.
But
you just don't know it.
But on Pumpkin Hill, when it's that second piece and it says stuffy nose or sad eye, for a second piece, what am I supposed to do there? That's just bad RNG. I can't do anything about
That's
that.
ambiguous.
What does that mean?
You guess wrong, then
You
whatever.
guess. But it's not bad RNG if you just get a piece in Death Chamber and you're like, I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
But Knuckles is just so boring, man.
It becomes.
Yeah,
I promise that it does become more fun after you play and get better.
No.
Like once you know where pieces are, and then once you actually start like working on like focusing on actual just Knuckles movement rather than just piece knowledge, it becomes less of like a memorization quiz and more of like actually getting to play the fun part of the game.
It's like
Because Knuckles movement is fun. I actually think Knuckles has like treasure hunting in general like has some of the best movement in the game. It's like super
The
dope.
best.
the way I
It's
It is so pog.
the way
it's not like a straight line. You're not going from one end of the stage to the other. You can go and make your own routes, and like there's a ton of different little things that like can make you go faster, like little things like wall running and stuff. Like
yeah, what I compare
AFW, why do you reset on Pumpkin Hill?
Wait. What do you mean?
because I don't remember the pieces for piece 1, okay?
He re-rolls piece 1. He doesn't know it.
You see what I mean? It's
What
you're just
piece are you
accepting time loss because you don't know the piece.
So like, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder why I get the last piece that like cucks me every time.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna take 5 seconds of time loss for not knowing the piece, and then wander around a circle because I was dumb enough to reset Pumpkin Hill, a stage that this can happen in.
I actually
All
did.
because you didn't know the piece. You know what you should have done? You let that run die. You go and find the piece so that the next time you see it, you know where it is.
But sometimes it's not a vibe.
No,
It
you
doesn't matter if
find
it's
the
a vibe or
piece.
not. If you're gonna reset the piece and take the time loss, you might as well just take the time loss from trying to figure out where the piece is so that you remember for next time. Because I promise you, if you take that piece and eat the time loss, it's gonna make you remember more.
I think
sure.
I think my worst Knuckles map though was probably at this point Aquatic Mine. Like I'm fine Death Chamber. Death Chamber I've actually gotten better with because of strats, and I remember like a lot of the blue pieces are now. And Meteor Herd I've been practicing a lot of. It's Aquatic Mine because
Do you know sign clips or no?
no, I do not. So it's so annoying having to run from like
You should practice sign clips.
I know I've been trying to do that, but it's just hard.
It's really not that bad. All you do is glide and like
You
you
jump.
picture like a line from the top of like the sign, like it's angled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's angled on the wall. If you picture a line from where the top of the sign is at the top of the angle to the ground, if you glide in the middle of it, you'll clip out every time. As long as you're like, facing the corner of where the sign meets the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And if you glide with the timing of it right in the middle, you'll clip out every single time. It's super simple. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, that I know that's easy. I heard,
But you just have to practice it.
You just have to grind it.
That's all you have to do.
Exactly.
Literally
Listen to
it.
Emerldd. He zoomed in for dramatic effect.
You have
And
to just
now I
practice
am
it,
too.
but you don't practice
Just
Knuckles.
do it.
You
You know
don't
what?
practice-
I do practice Knuckles.
If
No,
you
no,
won't listen to me,
practice
perhaps you'll listen to 4 of me.
Oh.
Definitely need to practice Knuckles, okay?
Uh-huh.
It's true.
I see how it is.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right, so
For new runners, hold on. For new runners, do not neglect Knuckles. It's the worst, most unfun thing that you could ever do when you pick up this game. I get it. We've all been through it. I promise Knuckles is really, really, really fun when you're good at it and you're in practice. But more importantly, that's where your time loss is going to be. You're not going to be losing several minutes on a Sonic stage, but you will lose several minutes on a Knuckles stage if you don't know where the pieces are.
One of the biggest beginner mistakes I see as well with anybody who's like learning Knuckles or just like learning the game in general, they freak out about not knowing the first hint, and they will continue to not get a second or a third hint and just go around the stage and try to remember where it was if they
why don't you just say my name already?
Well, actually, I mean, I wasn't calling out you specifically, but I'm just saying.
I
like,
was.
well, I guess we're calling you out now.
Oh,
There's no point to not get the second and third hint if you don't know. You're eating time. You're going to take time loss anyway. And there's so many hint monitors. You're not going to lose much by taking a few seconds to wait for the cooldown and checking another monitor.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much more helpful. And like, I could see the argument of like, well, how am I going to remember it if I need all these extra hints? But you need to just like actually try to remember the first hint still while you're getting this piece. And then like after you get the piece, you're like, okay, this piece was blah, 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 and then you'll try to remember that piece, lock it in your head and just move on. You don't have to necessarily get one hint and then lock yourself to it like people who already know where the pieces are, because it's totally different if you already know where the piece is,
Mm-hmm. I always compare Knuckle stages to like taking a test. So like, if you don't remember the answers to the test and you're taking a test, you just get stressed the hell out. So like, if you don't study for it, you're just gonna like do bad on the test. That's why I always compare Knuckle stages to like tests.
Well, don't stress about it too hard. That's
so
the
you
thing.
should study for the test. Is
You gotta
what
study
I'm
for it.
getting from that.
The thing is, I
Yeah, you
hate
gotta study
studying.
for it.
I hate studying for tests.
You really have the answers to the test in the test. You just gotta go get the hint monitors. It's
But like,
you'll get used to it eventually if you practice it more. But if you're in a run and it's a piece you don't know, take the L. Just take the L. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've taken that L many times.
yeah, I guess so. All right, so the next topic is Tails. Personally, Tails, I feel like at the beginning when you don't have momentum, I understand the game physics. I feel like Tails can be a real bitch. But they kind of like, I don't know. I feel like Tails going from SA1 to SA2. A lot of people see that as like a downgrade, but personally, it's like, wasn't Tails stages the same in SA1 as Sonic? But he could just fly over everything.
Sort of. In the first adventure game, Tails is racing to catch up to Sonic, but Sonic can't really fly, so they definitely play quite differently.
Yeah, but like Tails could just fly over everything, so it's like, I don't know. I personally think the mech is more unique and gives him like his own purpose, but like it's too similar to Sonic. You're just basically playing slower Sonic levels, but being able to fly over everything.
Yeah, sort of.
And like,
I'm not an authority to talk on this. Where are my Savac boys at?
and like,
Yeah. And, sorry, I don't know.
and like Tails, literally in every speedrun for Tails just flies over everything. And it's the most boring thing to watch. It's like watching Shadow the Hedgehog speedruns. I mean, just chaos.
No, those ones you run in a straight line.
Yeah, and it's like you just chaos. Yeah, you chaos control through the whole entire thing, right?
Not the whole thing.
And most of it. Yeah.
There's a lot of it that you can chaos control through, for sure.
Yeah.
Which has been my biggest reason to not really consider it for me picking it up as a speed game, because I don't think it's that fun.
Yeah, I feel like if I were to speedrun Savac00, I would do a Sonic story. I just feel like Sonic story like is much easier. I don't know. I think Sonic story is actually easier than Adventure 2 Battle Hero story. I feel like Sonic is just you don't have to really memorize any. It's like okay, this is how I compare it to. In Smash, there's the mains and then there's PT. Like when you're playing PT, you have to like memorize all 3 of the Pokemon. Compare learning one character, and that's why I compare like SA1 Sonic story to like Hero story in a way.
Well, Sonic story is a lot of memorization too, because in my opinion, if you memorize all of Dage's inputs, you will get a really good time.
It's the only way.
Yeah, but
I think
It works. Trust me.
I think it would work 100% of the time.
I don't want to catch a thumb cramp though, to be honest.
Just take Dage's hand. I've actually asked Dage for his hands. He said no, because I couldn't. Even if I had them, I wouldn't know how to hold the hangs.
Dude, I don't know how people just whenever they play a Sonic story, they just mash that button so hard because spin dash in the game is broken.
It's 2 buttons.
With the 2 with 2 click.
X and B.
Why do you press X?
Because they both do the spin. It allows you to spin quicker.
So what do you
So
just like
people
hold your controller like
this.
like this?
Yes.
I actually don't know how they hold it, but I'm assuming that they probably do that.
So like
I actually think it would be an easy transition for me, since like I play the game all weird and shit, and I play like this.
so
So then I would just be moving my finger over.
I
just
feel like
doing this.
I feel like a good topic to talk about real quick is like what best controllers are for Sonic speedrunning. I think the Xbox controllers are probably the best for speedrunning Sonic, just for the fact that like one of the biggest things for Tails is pause hovering. So like pressing the pause button like right here, it's so much easier just like to claw and just do this. So personally, I think it's good, and analog stick feels nice and sleek and nice and Xbox One controller. I don't suggest the 360 controller though. The 360 controller I feel like it's a little clunky and chunky. So I don't know. And analog stick are like rubber. It just doesn't feel very well. It's like a different kind of rubber at least. And the I don't know. PS4 controllers suck for speedrunning. Just the fact that the buttons are so freaking. I don't know. I feel like the buttons just to press it are a lot harder to click. It's more mashing than clicking. I don't know.
I don't like for the DualShock layout that both analog sticks are at the bottom.
Yeah.
I like that on an Xbox layout, both of my thumbs are near the top of the controller. Just feels more natural. Which is why I prefer that layout. You see right here, we've got a Nintendo Pro controller. Now, this is a terrible controller to use for the game. I don't know why Stellar used it, because this is obviously the only option. It's an Xbox controller. But I wanted to get kind of back to a more important issue, because actually, you know what? I'll let Emerldd talk about controllers, because he's had the worst controller RNG.
Oh yeah.
I'll let you go ahead.
How many
first.
controllers did you go through last year?
Huh?
How many controllers?
Well, this year I went through 3. Oh. No, wait, hold on. I'm thinking. I had one, it broke. Another one, it broke. Then another one. I think this is my 4th controller. I think this year.
Oh my god.
It's pretty bad. So honestly, I started learning this game on a PS4 controller for the only reason of I actually was gonna learn on GameCube, but I couldn't get my adapter to work with the game. I was like having like trouble like setting it up, and like I didn't have anybody to ask about it, so I was just trying to figure it out on my own. And then I was just like, whatever, I'll just use my PS4 controller. So I learned the game on that, and I ran it on that for a long time. Didn't really have many issues with it. Eventually, the analog stick became too loose to hold angles. Like if you like held it in the input display, you would see it. Like even if I was holding like straight up, it would like wiggle just like a slight bit in the input display. And I was like, okay, so it's definitely not just me. Like I'm definitely holding like straight up. It's just like wiggling a bit. So I was like, all right, I'm done with this controller. I need a new one. So then I got a new one. But one of the issues with PS4 controllers is the micro USB, like the thing that's in the back, fucking sucks, bro. Like this part right here, it just can get like the internal part can get really loose.
Maybe you're just jamming that shit in there.
I don't even have a micro USB port in this controller. It fell out.
Oh,
it fell out. Do you play?
It
do you
fell
play?
out.
Do you play
I'm
like
playing wireless.
Oh.
That's crazy. I didn't want to do that because I was so worried about input delay.
Yeah,
Bro.
it's actually not that bad.
I don't know. I rather have like a little bit input delay. I was ending run the other day and I was at like PB pace and I was doing BOFA, and as I was in space like just vibing out until I would go to the goal, my controller unplugs, and
Yeah.
it messed up my entire run, and I was so upset, man. Like honestly, I really need, like, I want a controller that has USB-C. I think it's called. I think that
Yeah.
one's like the most
Then you want this.
Yeah,
Uh,
I want
yeah.
that new one.
that the Xbox One
But-
Series X.
but-
That
it
is
is.
the carbon.
But, however, I have this controller, which is nice. I like literally everything about this, except for it has the worst snapback on any controller that I've ever owned. And
really
if you
think
guys
you just
don't know
got
what
unlucky.
snapback, if you guys don't know what snapback is, it's like if you're holding a direction and you let go of the stick, instead of it going back to like just pure neutral, it'll go over in the opposite direction just slightly. So if I'm holding up and let go, it'll go a little bit down and then back up. But like, kind of an issue when you're playing such a precise game like SA2, where like if you like are playing Tails or something or Sonic, if you press in the opposite direction, you'll stop or completely like turn around, or like Tails will like do like a weird like backup kind of like motion instead of like standing still in place. Sonic will break, and Knuckles, I think Knuckles also kind of does a break thing, but I really don't notice it with Knuckles at all. So I don't think that's really an issue there. It's more so with just Sonic and Tails, where I actually like let go to let the stick go neutral in certain spots, and it just fucks it up.
Yeah. How do you guys?
But otherwise, I think it's a great controller.
How do you guys hold your controller? I usually hold my controller like this. I usually have my thumb on here, like this. I know some people they'll do the claws. Some people do like some weird ass. What do you guys usually do?
Okay. Well, I know M plays overhand.
I play overhand, which is like, but I play overhand for everything. So like, I play like this consistently, except for pause hovers with Tails. I have like this button set to pause, so I do pause hovers like this. But otherwise, I'm holding it like this the whole time. The downside to it is I don't get access to this camera button, so I've had to kind of get used to it by using my pointer finger for the camera button, or for the camera, like the analog stick. But the bright side of that is it only counts the like analog stick. It cuts it in half. So if I like hold like up like diagonal, it'll still be the same as me pressing the button. You know, it's like it doesn't like there's no difference between like lightly holding it in that direction or like going slightly up or down. It's still going to turn the camera that way. So it's really easy to do, even though like I'm using like my pointer finger to do it. But I definitely
Yeah, so I do it similarly, except the exact opposite. So I play normally with the controller, but when I need to pause hover, I do switch to claw. So I'll have,
Yep.
can I demonstrate? Kind of index finger on the start button, thumb on the A button.
That's what I do.
That's how I do it. And I do actually have a video of me doing fling skip with a hand cam, because people didn't understand how I would be able to hold R, up, A, and start all at the same time. And I just claw grip it. It's easier. It's better. It's more fun. Because winning is fun.
It's true.
That is all.
Claw grip is honestly, like, if you do it for a long time, it's really easy to get used to. I know some people might look at it at first and think it's like, how do you put your hand like that? How do you put your finger on the face buttons? You know, it's like, it's really simple. You just have to practice like holding your hand like that and like just playing the game, holding your controller in that way and pressing the buttons and getting a feel for it. I was lucky enough that I learned how to play Smash with claw grip, and I was also like, back in the day, I was a Call of Duty trick shotter, and in order to like do trick shots and stuff in Call of Duty, you got to hold your controller with claw grip, because there's not even a real way to like remap your buttons other than like changing the layouts, but those are like preset and they're not very good. So
Taco, to answer your question, Emerldd is a remapper.
true.
A remapper.
True.
Ugh.
Yep, I do not. I was told, oh, you know, Savac, you'll never be able to do these frame perfect pause advances if you don't remap start to the right bumper. Proved them wrong.
Yeah, if any of you like are newer runners like Ninja Frog and like Speedy, and you guys don't know, set this to pause.
It's probably
It makes
easier, but I just don't
it makes
use it.
pause hovering like a bajillion times easier. I used to actually do PS4 controller, and I used to pause with this button for pause hovers.
Oh, nasty.
It was a bitch, but I did it. I just got really good at like very forcefully pressing the button, because you really forcefully need to press it because it's so like flush with the actual controller.
Do you like when you switched to Xbox controller? Was it like a smooth, natural transition? Because I know when I really know when I changed, I played way
Bro.
better. I played so much better.
Did you see his streams when he switched?
Dude,
PB was 0% chance.
There's like actually no way I was ever gonna PB. I was just trying to like, and I never said it out loud, but there was 0 chance I was PBing during those.
We knew, dude. We all knew.
Because when you're holding the controllers, that you like hold the angles differently, because your thumb is out like this for like a PS4 controller. So you definitely like your thumb goes in like a slightly different angle than when you're holding it like straight up and down like this. There's a big difference for like holding angles, and like you don't really think it really makes that much of a difference until your muscle memory starts to like try to like fight against what you're doing. And I had to like relearn the game. It felt like I was really learning the game. It was awful.
Damn, that's tough, bro. Keep your head up.
For sure.
Jewy, it's probably better to remap. I didn't learn it that way, and I'm not willing to relearn how to play. That's the only reason that I won't do it. But it would if you start off, you should probably remap.
I don't know. I never remapped it. I'm fine. I personally like the pause button and clawing on it.
I don't know, because I have it on good authority that you struggle with the pause hover at the beginning of Mission Street. So
That was 2 times, and I was so tired. It was like 1:30 or 4:45 in the morning.
Not to like talk about pre-show, bro, but we talked about it in the pre-show.
We talked about it earlier today.
We talked about it earlier today when we were getting stuff set up.
Well, listen. Look.
Like, I just don't know the timing.
I do know the timing. I had
Maybe
it.
you should have remapped it. Just saying.
You know what? Maybe I should.
It's not too late, you know.
This button doesn't do anything in game.
Yep.
I think my R button's broken though. Actually, I think he's L though. Or I can just get another freaking controller. It's like sometimes it'll be like stuck, and sometimes it won't be. It's weird.
I mean, you could try a left bumper.
Oh, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it.
Even in
Yeah, but then you're not coordinating on a single hand at that point.
even in Smash.
Easier for like having it on the same hand is you can kind of like roll your hands. That's kind of like what I do for like how I do pause hovers. So like you just keep the same shape with your fingers, and you're just like rolling it as opposed to like trying to like time it. But you could time it. I feel like timing it wouldn't be that bad.
You could do it. Like I use both thumbs to do CE skip with pauses, so like it's possible, but it's not ideal. If I could do it with just my right thumb, it would be better.
So we talked about Sonic earlier. Do you guys want to move past that topic? Because we kind of talked about super bouncing and.
All right.
Because do we really know what to talk about for Sonic? Because like we kind of like we talked about Final Rush skip. We talked about super bouncing and.
Well, the thing I think is that there's a lot of skips for Sonic in Hero Story. A lot of like decent size skips, like wall run, like stupid small skips like pulley skip and stuff like that, air easy stuff like that. But the thing is I think that a lot of people want to rush to learn those really cool skips with Sonic, but they shouldn't. They should not, because the amount of time, like if you ask a runner who knows exactly how much time it saves, generally new like beginner runners are going to lose however much time it saves over the course of the stage, and there was like literally no point in doing it anyway.
I mean, oftentimes they'll lose time just in the mere setup of the skip, so that it's net zero.
Yeah, I was like one of those people that learned all the Sonic stuff before I knew how to do Final Rush skip before I knew how to play Death Chamber.
I mean, I would argue that we still haven't reached that point yet.
Okay.
Just saying.
I see how it is.
I don't think we're there yet.
What did you say? Because I was typing.
Yeah, so he said that he learned Final Rush skip before he learned how to play Death Chamber, but I really don't think we've yet reached the point where I can confidently say that he knows how to play Death Chamber.
I know how to.
Because currently, you can't booty clip, you can't box clip, you don't know all your pieces. I mean...
All right.
True. I mean, that's like, those things shave so much time off of Death Chamber.
Yeah, knowing pieces does save time.
That too. Yeah.
Damn. All right. So the next topic is dark story versus hero story, and like what's probably easiest, what's like the most popular. So obviously the most popular, I believe, is hero story. I feel like that one's the one everyone usually watches. I like hero story because I like love Sonic. He's my favorite character, so I just love playing his stages, and I prefer action stages over mech stages. And I didn't really want to play as Big Boy Eggman. I kind of wanted to play as the Fox instead. I don't know. I think the characters. Even when I was younger, I just preferred hero story just because of the characters and not really the story. You know.
All right, look, Tails might be a fox, but so is Rouge, number one. In terms of the stories, so in terms of the stories, people often will ask me which story is easier, which story is harder, and I don't think that it's a very straightforward answer. I think it's a little bit nuanced. It's not super complicated, but for a brand new runner, if they just walk into the game, Dark Story is harder to pick up. And the reason for that is that it's so focused on core movement, just fundamentals. Fundies are important, and if you have bad movement, you will get punished way harder by it in Dark Story. For example, trying to go into Sand Ocean with not the greatest mech movement is going to be a nightmare. You're probably going to just eat tons of time loss or die repeatedly. Hero Story doesn't really have stages that punish you to the same degree, but obviously there's a much higher skill ceiling, in my opinion, in Hero Story. There's a lot of really challenging skips. They all happen in kind of a gauntlet at the very end of the run. So playing it at a high level is definitely harder, but if you're brand new, Dark will be a little bit harder to pick up.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, it's just like from the start, if you're going in just like no like SA2 fundies, no like understanding of the game at all, and you just start with Dark, it's going to be more difficult for you to really get a grasp on things from the jump. But definitely at like higher levels, Hero Story is a bitch. It really just is a bitch, dude.
Yep.
There's so many things that could happen. And you have to, again, go through that gauntlet. There's so many different like skips that like, honestly, you just miss one at one point and that's the run. And I'm sure that's for like a lot of speedruns at like top level, but there's just so many things to mess up in Hero Story that are like large skips like that compared to like Dark Story.
Yeah, Dark Story, it's really the biggest areas where you're like the loser run is a Rouge split, just because the RNG is pretty volatile in Dark Story, but the actual skips themselves are not super challenging to perform. Cosmic Wall, generally considered a pretty free stage. Once you know what you're doing, you're very unlikely to ever take a death if you're being risk averse. Final Chase, generally, I don't think it's that hard. I personally think that a lot of the Hero Story stuff is harder. And there's really nothing else at the end of Dark Story. Like, once you get out of Mad Space, it's pretty much an auto-scroller to the end, assuming you can get Fling Skip. Hero Story, it's like, okay, Emerldd is like 5 seconds ahead out of Route 101, and he's got a little bit of time in Hidden Base. Maybe we're looking at a PV. Oh, but he just has to get through all of these splits in a row that can all kill the run and not die to any of them. It's like, oh, okay, he's got to get through Pyramid Cave and not get bounced into the void. He's got to not screw up the bait on King Boom Boo. He's got to not get Egg Golemed like he did 2 nights ago or whatever. He's got to, get both first try probably because his PB does, etc., etc. Just a lot all in a row.
You know what's funny? Emerldd told me not to do CE skip because if you get it first try, you're gonna end up screwing yourself. I ended up PBing on a first try with a 126.
Yeah, now you have to get CE skip forever.
Skip, idiot.
But I'm good at it though. I'm good at it though.
You're dumb. You're done.
I've actually gotten really good at it though. As Savac, I've gotten way more consistent with it.
You can say you get good at it all you want, but it's just another barrier that prevents you from getting more attempts.
Yeah, but I usually I usually
gets it more often than you do, to be fair.
I get every other I'll do a run, I'll do it, and if I miss it, then I'm most likely get it within the next 5 minutes.
I did enjoy he gets a city escape time of like 133, and he's like, guys, that was perfect. Watch, Savac's not going to be able to find anything wrong with this.
No,
That
it was not 130. It was like 128.
It was over 130.
No, it was not.
I remember because
You
I told
remember
that you
falsely
lost.
because that's not correct.
Maybe it was like 129 or something. All I remember is you lost like double-digit time to Dage's like 116.95.
Listen, we don't compare ourselves to Dage. We don't compare ourselves to.
Why? Just memorize his inputs and you get his time.
But the thing is, though, whenever I watch him, I feel like I'm watching Taz.
Facts. Dude, there no like. If I get a 130 CE, dude, I'm crying. I'm like,
The
man,
run's over.
reset right now.
IL set in Wild Canyon can save it.
That's true. If I get a good set in Wild Canyon, I'm like, well, maybe we'll just see how it goes. You know?
The
But
wor-
generally, that's rough.
The
That
worst,
is really-
the worst is when we get Sea Skip and get a bad Wild Canyon. Oh,
Oh shoot! If you don't have a 21 hero story, you're bad.
yeah.
Everyone's bad except Dage. It's kind
That
of
is
facts.
true. That's actually fact. We all suck, bro.
Definitely true.
All right. So, the next topic we can talk about is so when you're starting off as a new speedrunner and you want to be like a streamer for that category, we can talk about how you can engage with your chat to help out newer streamers that want to start speedrunning. So, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard at first because I don't think honestly you're gonna come out the gate like playing a new speed game and being able to interact with chat. I find it very difficult when I'm playing a new speed game because you just don't know quite yet when you're safe to look at chat, if that makes sense. Like look away from the screen, because generally you're going to have to take your view away from the game at least to your other monitor to be able to see what chat is saying. And then you have to process it and like go back and then think about what you're doing in the game while you're still learning. And you're having to think about what you're doing in game and also thinking about how you want to respond in chat. It's really hard. I think it takes a while to really get to that point. But also I think it's also it's really a hard skill to learn. But I will say, even if you become really good at it, you won't ever get to the point where you're feeling like you're 100% focused on the run, which is one thing that really sucks as like somebody who wants to be very interactive. You can get better at it, but there are just some times where you need to just be like, okay, I need to focus and play. You know what I mean? It's doable, but it just takes practice. That's like kind of like my final, I guess, thought about it. You know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, like, obviously, if I'm trying to focus, I just don't even stream because you're going to be splitting at least some degree of focus no matter how good you are at the game. Even if it's a part where I don't actually have to look at the game to play whatever that part is, I can read chat, but I'm still thinking about what they typed. It's going to take focus away. But in terms of learning how to do this as a brand new runner, first of all, it really depends if you've been streaming before, because at least then you're going to at least be comfortable with not being silent, because I think at the very least you don't want dead air when you're streaming. So if you're coming into the run as a new runner, you can at least kind of narrate what you're doing or what you're thinking about, and it kind of gives people a little snapshot into your brain. You know, I'm sure there's cool stuff happening in there, and it's just more engaging just to be talking about literally anything, and it's the easiest to talk about what you're playing because you don't have to split your focus as much. So
Yeah,
if you're doing something in game, yeah, just say why you're doing it or what you're doing, or you can say, you know, I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, maybe somebody in the chat can help, and then when you have a chance you can read it, and that's engaging.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like that's just a skill in general you need to learn as a streamer, especially if you're somebody who is like who doesn't have anybody in the chat to talk to. It's so difficult to just talk to yourself if you're not used to it. I think all of us on Twitch are a little bit crazy because we have the ability to talk to ourselves if like we've like accumulated an audience, because at one point you didn't have anybody to watch. So if you're not saying anything out loud, people are way less likely to stay. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So you just have to just be like mindful of like actually just saying your thoughts out loud. and just practicing doing that.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll get better at it, and eventually there will be somebody who will talk back to you. You know what I mean?
I also feel like if you want to be entertaining and you don't have anyone on your stream, you have to act like you have you have to act like you have a lot of people in your stream, because if you have a lot of people in your stream, you're not going to be able to read chat. So you need to act like there are a lot of people in your stream so you can be that entertaining, because when people walk into your stream, they have like 5 seconds they'll give you, and if you're like super quiet and you're not doing anything, they're more likely to move on to find someone else that is more engaging and positive with their chat. So I definitely feel like being more engaging, but with learning how to talk and speedrun, the way I have it, it's also like about chat placement. Like if you have your chat like monitor at least over here and your gameplay is over here, it's like gonna be kind of impossible to read chat while playing. Like the way I have it is I have my chat on top of the like right above my main monitor, so I look at chat and I can see the gameplay with my peripheral vision, or the other way around. So I'll try to look at the chat and play the game at the same time. So that's what I usually do. But yeah, whenever someone talks, just try to like not to have dry sentences, just engage in that conversation and make it a group conversation too, because I think it's everyone talking about it. Like if someone goes in the stream and they're like, oh, I just came back from playing SA2, then you ask everyone, oh, does anyone here else play SA2? If you played today, how was it? Like, I don't know, just talking about more and more.
It's definitely an art, and it definitely takes a lot of practice, because then you have to figure out what questions like that work and which ones don't, which ones get feedback, which ones don't. You know, it's hard, but I mean, trial and error. You got to remember, you're not generally, when you're making those like experiments and stuff, you're not in front of a huge audience. You're allowed to make mistakes. A lot of people aren't even going to care.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I think something that a lot of people when they're starting out don't do enough that they really should do is watch your stream back after and decide to yourself, is this something that I could watch? Like, would you be able to watch your own stream? Because if the answer is no, then you need to change something. So until it's at a point where at least you would watch it, because if you're not going to watch it, probably other people won't either. So I encourage you to watch the VOD and see if there's dead air or not, or if it's interesting.
Yeah, and also it's good to do that even with specific things. Like one of the things, like, I'll tell people every single day to watch Devin Nash. He's like a YouTube guy who like talks about industry stuff in Twitch and streaming and content creation and like how to be a better creator and stuff like that. He will go back into his streams, and if he notices that like a joke he told or something that he did that was meant to be funny gets good reception, then he'll go back and watch that part of the stream specifically so he can see like, okay, like how exactly did I like deliver this? Like how exactly did I like make this situation funny, you know? And then try to recreate that in different ways. And it's something that I haven't been doing it as much lately, to be completely honest, just kind of out of sheer laziness. But like, that is something I have done and would encourage other people to do, is to just go back, look at your bad moments too. Like anything you felt like was awkward or like something like that, like see how that interaction went and try to like maybe dealing with an awkward chatter, just like stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because that can be a struggle in itself, being able to maintain like just the stream and like keeping everything like chill when dealing with somebody who's like unruly or like weird or like just asked an awkward question, and like see how you dealt with that, see how chat reacted to it, you know, stuff like that.
Also, something else I've seen runners do is they'll stream a speedrun with other people in a voice call doing their speedruns. So when other people are talking, it's like it's keeping it engaging, and you hear, I know, Sav, don't you do that too? Don't you have like...
No, I haven't done this in years, but you're calling out like half the SA2 community right now.
Like, I think I went to Prophet's stream, and I'm pretty sure he was like in a voice call, but like I like that because like they're all talking to each other, giving each other like help, and it's like it keeps it, I don't know.
It really depends. It really depends, because people have different goals too. Like you can't, like some of those, generally people that are like doing that, their goal isn't to be like an entertainer. Their goal is to like do runs. You know what I mean? And like speedrunning, that's like another thing too, is like people get different things out of streaming speedruns. A lot of people just get VODs from it. That's literally it. They just want it so that they can easily get VODs, have it recorded, and just like have other people watch, like maybe even their friends, just like watch them play while in a call. But like not everybody's trying to be an entertainer. Not everybody's trying to be a Twitch streamer. Not everybody's like, trying to do that. Some people are just trying to play the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I gotta say about the topic. You guys have anything else to say?
I think that largely covers it.
yeah, not off the top of my head at least.
Okay. So the next topic is our final topic, and then we're going to do Q&As. So this is a topic where I think the three of us are kind of excited to talk about, and we have a lot of experience in this. So this topic is about transitioning from a main game to Sonic. So the three of us actually started off with streaming Smash, and then we branched off to speedrunning Sonic. So do you want to go first?
Okay, yeah, I can start. So obviously, if your channel is known for one game in particular, if you switch to another category, then you're gonna have to come to terms with the fact that your viewership is going to drop because there's certain viewers that are going to watch you for that specific game. So the first tip that I have for you is to not look at your view count when you switch games. And I mean, I'm not necessarily like, switch to full time playing a different game, but just if you fire up a different game, people that only know you for Smash, they're not going to want to watch. And you may have to deal with the fact, like I have, where people will say, why aren't you streaming Smash? And I'm like, well, I don't want to stream Smash right now. I want to stream Sonic. And ultimately, I mean, it's my call what I'm going to stream. If I'm not having fun playing Smash anymore on stream, then the stream itself is not likely to be fun to watch. So, I mean, you have to stream what you want to stream. It's going to be the best possible content as long as you're having fun. But you're going to, inevitably, you're going to lose viewers, at least initially, when you switch. So that's something to definitely be aware of. And something that if I even tried to go back to Smash now, my numbers would plummet because it's not what I do anymore. At least not often. So yeah, that's my first piece that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. So for me, the transition, I think there is a way to do it that you can get the least amount of loss, I guess, in viewership. I mean, this is coming back from like when I like barely had anybody watch my streams. It was just I did Smash viewer battles. Sometimes I'd be popping off and had like 12 viewers and shit. I'd be like, oh shit, here we go. This is a really good night. You know what I mean? And it's much easier to make that transition when you're first starting out. But the best way that I did it was I started with Smash always. And then halfway through the stream, I'd be like, all right, guys, I'm going to play this. You guys want to stay? Watch me speedrun? Cool. If not, cool. But I'm just going to start. And you make the transition quick. And if you're quick enough, then some people won't even be paying attention. And then they'll be like, oh, what is he doing? And then like they'll try to figure it out. Maybe they're into it. Maybe they're not. And that's like how I got even any of my like starting viewers to watch me start speedrunning. And to be completely honest, I mean, I've taken a lot of breaks with streaming and stuff like over the years, like because I started streaming in 2016. And in there, I've had like a mixture of at least like 2 years worth of breaks. I have like pretty much a completely different audience from when I started. But definitely during that time, I was able to like move some people over with me because I was doing both. And just like kind of slowly making that transition until eventually I just didn't do Smash at all anymore because fuck viewer battles, man. I hate doing viewer battles so much. Like it is absolutely like the worst. I don't like Smash Wi-Fi. It's just it made streaming for me not fun. So that's why I was trying to make that transition to something else that I enjoy. And I enjoy it is a grind to play a speed game at like kind of like a higher level, you know what I mean? But it's still fun for me, and as long as I'm having fun with like SA2, I'm going to stream SA2, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I will add quickly that I did fire up Ye Old Melee stream to support the hashtag free Melee cause because Nintendo can go my. Thank you.
I didn't even know you had that set up. Savac.
He's just
I
casually
don't think I've
sitting there.
I don't think I've heard it once. That's hype. Melee,
It's on the Go XLR.
that's dope.
Yeah. So for me, as a streamer that's been streaming since 2015, all I did was Smash. So I started off with Smash on the Wii U, and I stopped doing Smash in 2017, and I went to Variety. Variety is a really hard category to get into because people don't really stick around for games they don't know. They usually stick around for the same game. So to grow an audience is just to play the same game over and over and over and over and then branch out. That's like how most people do it. So when I went to Variety, I didn't have much of a following at the time. So I went to Variety, I couldn't peek over to even 10 viewers. And at Smash 4, I had like 30 viewers. So going from that to that was a really big confidence downer. Yeah. And then I stopped streaming for a little bit. And then I went to Ultimates, and then I got rated by Hungrybox, and then I got rated by Best Nest, and I got rated by Mr. E. So I got all these people coming in for Smash Ultimate, and then it kind of boosted my confidence up. Got my gear, got my equipment, and then I was getting sick and tired of Smash Wi-Fi, and Emerldd, right here, he inspired me to start speedrunning. So I did what he did, and I slowly started transitioning over. So I played Smash, and then at the end of the stream, I switched to Sonic. And then after a while, I kind of just stopped doing that because I was like, you know what? At this point, it's just like I'm having more fun speedrunning Sonic. But once I made the switch, I went from averaging like 20, 30 viewers back to like under 10. And I would just sit there really upset. But I pulled through it. I kept doing it. And now I am at the happiest I've ever been in streaming. Like, I have more viewers. Yeah, like I have more concurrent viewers. I have more of a following. I like literally... Like, that was the best thing I've ever done since, like, streaming. Like, going over to a game I grew up with and really enjoy speedrunning and have a community there to watch me speedrun instead of playing me in viewer battles. And people just come and play and then just leave. It's not fun, especially when you get...
It is a toxic kind of environment when you're doing viewer battles because that is the goal. People come into your stream to beat your ass and then talk shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point.
Like... It's just not fun, especially
it's
online.
Hard to build a community off of it.
Yep, especially online tournaments. Like when you're doing Wi-Fi tournaments, people don't want to go there for you. They want to go there and watch your top level gameplay. Like when you watch like Best Nets, he popped off because of Wi-Fi tournaments. Like literally, he did his tournament runs. He has a good nest. People watched him. He kept winning, and Wi-Fi carries nest a little bit, so he grew. You know, with Sonic, it's more fun because it's like people don't go there to watch. I mean, there are people that watch top speedrunners, but they'll go there to kind of meet people because a lot of people have nostalgia for the game. So they go in the category to look at nostalgia. And then the people go and be like, oh my God, this is crazy. I never even saw this before. I'm going to stay here. And then that's what happens. And then those people stay. So,
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I think to an extent people are watching for the skill level. Like, I feel like if I fired up Hero Story, I would probably not have as many people who'd be interested to watch that because you're just going to watch, like, a shit show, basically. But if I'm playing Dark, you're going to see better average gameplay than my hero runs. Just by virtue of the fact that's what I play.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely, like... There's a lot of things that go into that, like just streaming in general, because like a first impression on like a stream is huge. Like people look at quality, like if your quality isn't that great, and that might not even necessarily be your fault. Like if your internet's not that great, your like stream's choppy, your picture doesn't look that great because you have to stream at like a low resolution, shit like that. That can make or break a viewer, like coming in and like staying, or even deciding to chat. You know what I mean? And like, if you're being toxic, like as soon as like a new viewer comes into the stream, it's gonna be rough to like hold on to that viewer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that feel. I've definitely had some raids come in while I'm like raging losing a run, And I'm like, I just gotta quickly just shut it off. Just be like, all right, act cool. You weren't just, throwing things. Just play it off. Be like, hi guys, welcome to the stream.
Also, like, adding to that with like keeping viewers in the stream, I feel like with Smash, I try too hard to keep them in the stream. Like, I would just constantly, like, I ask viewers a lot of questions, just to get to know them and develop a personal connection with them. But with Smash, it's like people really don't care about that personal connection. They care about playing you and enjoying the list. Because literally, like, if you stream Smash, everyone goes in there. What's arena code? Expedition arena. What's this? What's this? What's this? Not even a hello, It's like, I was streaming Smash the other day, just like with my cousin. I was just doing Sephiroth dittos. It was just like, and I was having a genuine fun time because with like, I had voice chat and people were like just vibing out, and it was just like a good time. So people would come in here and be like, Expedition arena. I'm like, oh, hi. Hi. I want to say hi first. Like, that's like so rude. Like, you don't go to someone's house and be like, food,
Mm-hmm.
I could do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, I definitely could see Savac doing that. For sure.
You're like,
Savac has done it.
yeah, so I would like, and also I want to point out, when I stream Smash, going to SA2, I literally, the only people that watch my stream from Smash are my moderators that met through Smash. There's no one else that I met through Smash here. Like, there's no one that I met through Smash comes to my streams anymore. It's all Sonic viewers besides like 3 Smash people. And it's like, it really proves to you that like Smash viewers are just like, I'm not saying they're bad, but it's like very low attention span.
No, I feel like that's not fair because it's like you can't like pin that specifically on that just because I don't want to watch what you're playing doesn't mean like I'm a bad person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean like
not like me, but like like just a viewer because like you can't like there's so many like random things like you have to think about like as a streamer like even like with like this like applies to viewership too because like you can't expect everybody who's in your stream, especially if you stream like a pretty rigorous schedule like every day, you can't expect people to show up every day because people have lives and shit.
It's kind of RNG.
So it's like it's really easy to like forget that they're like actually people there and like they have lives and stuff and like get upset because I remember when I was first starting streaming, I definitely had feelings like that. I was like, man, it sucks. Like this person's not coming to my stream anymore. Like, but then like you have to really give yourself that reality check of being like, dude, like these are just people. Like I'm not just because there might be something better on tonight to watch than my stream. And that's an L I'd have to take, something might be going on. Like there might be some like, I don't know, like sporting event or some shit, or like maybe they have practice for a sport that they play or like it doesn't like, they could be anything, So, it's really easy to forget that, but you can't. I feel like it's not fair to say that they're just like it shows you that just Smash viewers are just not loyal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll be honest,
definitely not true.
There are some.
I'll be honest. There's even like Ludwig, who is like I simp for Ludwig every day. I talk about it every stream. He's like my favorite streamer by far. But if he's playing Among Us, huh? No, I didn't say it in a negative way. It's fine. Chill, relax. We're not gonna get banned. Although, watch out, Anthony. I'm just saying, you're the one who's gonna get banned. If Ludwig is streaming Among Us, I'm not watching. I don't give a crap about watching him play Among Us. I don't think it's like entertaining for me. So, and he's by far, in a way, my favorite streamer. Like, I will watch his VODs when he's not streaming. Like, but I'm not going to watch an Among Us stream. I just don't care about it. I don't want to see it. But I'll still be back there the next stream. He's doing something else. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, I think like it's obvious that if people started watching you for one specific game, they're not going to be as interested if you're playing something else. So, I mean, my community is like 90% from either Melee or Splatoon at this point, and I assure you, these people do not want to watch SA2 most of the time. They'll come in every now and then, like my boy Jimbo in the chat right now. What's up, Jimbo? But and Jimbo's from Ultimate, which I really barely stream. But most of the time, if I'm playing SA2, they're like just not about it. But if I play something else, they will immediately be there for that. If I decide to play Splatoon, they're like, oh, he's playing Splatoon. Hold on, this happens like once a month. I got to be there. But yeah, I mean, people have lives. They might be busy, or they just aren't interested in what you're streaming. That's fine. They're still part of your community, and that's okay.
I feel like Splatoon viewers are they're all pretty tight. Like they're all like, I don't know, they're all friendly and love each other. Like when I went to a Smash tournament, it was also like in Long Island. There's a pretty big Splatoon scene. So and Aeon, which is the venue at the time, they hosted a Smash/Splatoon tournament, and they had 2 sections. And the Smash section is just all sweaty gamers who have bad hygiene, and then you see Splatoon gamers, and they're all like, there are girls there, and they're like, all like, ah, and all love each other, giving each other high fives, and like enjoying their company. It's just crazy.
Sorry, hold on. Is this about Splatoon?
Yeah, like Splatoon's like such a comparing Splatoon to Smash communities.
Splatoon is not like that.
Dude, I'm telling you, like when I went to that Splatoon event, there was so many people that like they were dressing up, and it was just a small tournament. Maybe just Canada is rough. I don't know.
I mean, okay, I'll give you one thing. Girls don't play Smash, and
Yeah.
girls play Splatoon. So maybe you got something there.
Okay.
But that's all you got.
Mm.
I don't think that they're all, you know, screaming at each other in that way. Like, Smashers are doing pretty crazy stuff at events as well. Trust me.
All right, off topic real quick. What do you think is the difference between SA1 and SA2 speedrunners?
So SA1 speedrunners are at least 80% more French than SA2 runners.
That's true. You look at the boards, but there is a lot of overlap. There's a lot of SA2 runners that if you look at like, if you literally like pull up the Sonic Story leaderboards right now, you'll see a ton of SA2 runners on the like the leaderboard for like at least the top 50. You know.
Now, why do a lot of people that speedrun Sonic also speedrun Jak and Daxter? Like I feel like I know like 20 people that speedrun Sonic in that game.
I know 2.
There's only 3, yeah. It's literally,
Okay.
literally me, all caps, and outrageous Josh. And Josh doesn't even actually really run SA2. I think like he got into running it because of all caps. So
I feel like I've seen like, I don't know. I feel like I just see the crossover a lot.
No.
I don't know.
not much.
It's not there.
It's 3 people that you probably really like know recently, and I'm one of those people, and so is all caps. And it was just like I was learning it because she was teaching me the game, and I've always wanted to learn Jak and Daxter as a speedrun because I thought it was sick.
Doesn't Josh have the like a pretty high?
Josh is the stage 4 of Jak and Daxter.
Is
Oh.
he really?
He literally is.
Oh,
He has
wow.
world records in Jak and Daxter, the first one. I don't think he has world record for Jak 2 and 3, but he has like really competitive, like high level times in those games.
Huh.
He literally has every world record in the first one.
Are there like actual real Big the Cat speedruns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they like?
Yo, my boy Pra just comes out of nowhere and just gets the Big the Cat world record. It's like, who is this guy? He doesn't even play the game, but all of a sudden he has Big the Cat world record because a place known as Penn Island decided one day that they're all just going to become Big the Cat runners, and Pra just gets the record. I mean, Nixer has since taken it back, but
Started in Penn Island. I didn't even know about that.
yeah, it
one.
started in Penn Island. And yeah, Pra had the record. Pretty epic.
So we were talking about Smash earlier. Who do you think would be the best Sonic representative to be in Smash?
Sonic.
Besides Sonic.
Sonic.
No, Sonic's already in Smash and he's awful.
All right. I think that, you know, potentially Silver could be pretty cool if they added him, or I would like personally to see Blaze, but that's about all I got.
Sick, actually. I was thinking about it because like the easy answer is Shadow, but it's literally they're just gonna make him Sonic. It's gonna be he's like a an echo fighter as they call it. And
Tails could be cool too, actually.
I thought you play Tails in Smash Flash 2.
Yeah, I think they did. And like the tilt, I know was like the tail, like a
Yeah.
tail whip.
You're actually in that game. Wasn't he like broken? Or
He
something?
was broken. I think Tails would be so cool to be in Smash, but if not Tails, Silver would be kind of cool.
Yeah, Silver would be kind of dope. I think he's the only one who would have like an actually unique like moveset, other than like maybe like Blaze, because Blaze would be sick. Dude, after you said Blaze, like, put Blaze in Smash. Put Blaze in
Yeah,
Smash.
I mean, realistically, they're gonna end up doing something stupid if we're gonna see ones be like, oh, all of a sudden, Big the Cat is in Smash.
No, if
Because
they,
that makes sense.
I'll be a big man. I don't give a.
I feel like with
Really play big.
Froggy.
Froggy. That was a good impression. Froggy.
Okay, that's a better impression.
I
I do mine better at doing it when I'm playing heroes than I arrogant.
I definitely feel like the most realistic pick, though, if they do pick a character in Smash, I think with the hero villain theme, they probably do Eggman.
I just don't think he would have a good moveset.
I mean, like, I don't know. I think he'd be like kind of cool in like a mech, like kind of Bowser Jr. is like. 'Cause Bowser Jr. mech is like, I don't know, consider it a mech,
Yeah,
but
but they've already got it. What is he gonna be, a Bowser Jr. Echo Fighter?
I don't know what they could do though. It would just beeping and jumping. I don't know. I think Tails is probably the best though, in my opinion. I think Tails would be probably Tails definitely would be the coolest. But I think Shadow and Knuckles, like Knuckles and PM, oh my god, so much fun.
I haven't seen like any of the Knuckles gameplay in PM, but I've heard he's kind of dope.
Yeah, like you can bury in the ground. He's got some cool smash attacks. He can glide. Oh, he's cool. He's cool. All right, so you guys want to start the Q&A?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, chat. So we're gonna do the Q&A. So if you guys have any questions for us, we're now gonna look at chat and decide what we're gonna pick. I'm gonna turn the chat on the overlay so the VOD can see this.
Yeah, and it can literally be anything like SA2 streaming, Smash. Hell, it doesn't really matter to me.
All right, the first question is from Tony. He says Pog. I agree.
Pog.
True.
So true.
Is anyone streaming? I'm not.
Nope.
Hi.
I think Anthony might stream after this. I normally don't even stream on Fridays.
Okay. All right. James asks, is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes, a hot dog is most certainly a sandwich. Now, I've thought long and hard about this one. So, you have a bun, you have meat, you put the meat
M's
in
not
between
having
the
it.
two buns. That's a sandwich.
M's not having
How is
it.
Not a sandwich. How is that not a sandwich? Because if you take the hot dog and you just rip the bottom of it so that suddenly it's two separate buns and the hot dog, that's clearly a sandwich by all. How is it not a sandwich? All right, fine, defend that.
It's more of a
We
taco.
have different words for a reason. Savac just use them.
It's more of a taco than.
The English language is stupid, yes, but that is why we have different words for things. If we're just not going to use the
It's
word
a taco. But what if I rip the bun?
Then
having words.
If I rip the bun, suddenly it's a sandwich.
you can say that about anything. Like what?
I mean, what is a sandwich really? It has, it has a top bun, a bottom bun, and something in between.
Consider a roll.
And the bun, I assume, is supposed to be some sort of bread. Now, what if I put breadcrumbs in my salad?
Oh god.
Because
Breadcrumb?
I have breadcrumbs and I have stuff between the bread. You could arguably have an infinite number of sandwiches in that salad because you have different things of bread and stuff between them. Salad is a sandwich if you put breadcrumbs in there. Done.
You can make anything a sandwich if you think about it.
Exactly. A sandwich is a sandwich.
No.
No.
You just said I stopped listening. No.
It just went over your head. That's all.
No. I think the argument's really silly.
Okay, hold on, Ninja Frog. But if a sandwich has 2 points of contact, if I rip the bun on the hot dog, now it only has 2 points of contact, so it's therefore a sandwich by your own definition.
I forget if it's Hui or Jewy, but he had actually a real question about,
Oh yeah,
fine,
yeah.
fine.
about how we all got our names. Like
Okay.
why do we have our Twitch names or like our tags basically?
I can go first? Question mark.
Okay.
So, my name used to be AFW3900 for like the longest time, and those are my initials of my name, and then 3900 was my birth date. But then later on, I was like,
Docs.
so later on, I was like, I
Cool.
don't want numbers because numbers are cringe in a username. Sorry, Savac. I didn't want numbers or an underscore on my name. I was like, you know what I can do? I can make this. I can do AFWagers because that's my last name. So I do the first two initials and then my last name. So I feel like this is kind of clean, and yeah, that's how I got my
Holy
name.
crap! You have doxed yourself so hard. You've given us your first name, your last name, and your birthday.
You know my middle name.
I bet my life on it. Bro, he was smiling. That's it. Dude.
Got him.
We know where he lives, right? Who's got his address? He's gonna leak his address now.
Yep.
No, so I guess for me, Emerldd, like I had gone through so many like different names back in the day, like for like Xbox Live tags, you know, and like playing on like PSN as well, for like Call of Duty. So this name actually, like Emerldd, came during the Call of Duty days and lasted for at least like the last few years that I was like doing like Call of Duty, like sniping and trick shotting and stuff. And like the whole point of like, or like when you're making like a tag for that community, you generally want like a one-word tag that's clean, no numbers. And like when I came up with it, I think it was just for like the reasons of like, oh, I like the color green. Oh, I like Sonic Chaos Emeralds. Ha ha ha. I was like, I don't even remember how old when I came up with his name. I think it was like 13, 14. And I just thought it was a cool word. And it just kind of stuck. It grew on me. And then what happened is the reason why it's spelled all weird is because obviously I couldn't get the normal spelling of Emerldd on Xbox Live. So I tried to get it as close as possible to the actual like normal word, without throwing in numbers or like throwing in something like a trick that people did was like they would say like I'm Emerldd or something, or it's Emerldd, you know, they'd put like that with like an underscore maybe in there, to make it like kind of still the word but like have it so that they could just get the tag. And when I joined the Smash community, I entered it like with the tag Emerldd. And once you go into the Smash community with a tag and you're in it and you're in the Smash community for a few years with that tag, you can't switch your tag. It's so hard for like anybody to like call you anything different, especially if you're going to locals every week and everybody's like calling you by your tag. It's very difficult to just like straight up change it. But I didn't even want to. I think Emerldd is super sick. I'm so happy that I landed on that name, and I'm like, I love it. I think it's such a sick tag to this day. So
Nice.
All right. So before I get into the origin of my name, I feel I have to speak to the numbers because I feel like I'm being personally attacked right now. So I'll say right away that the Savac name on Twitch was taken by myself because when Twitch acquired Curse, my Curse name was Savac, and that locked the name. And I'd been trying to get it for years, and it just wouldn't free up until it finally did. And some random Russian guy has now taken it and has completely like just left the channel in the dust. Like it just sits there. It has followed 2 people, and that's it. $10 to anyone in this chat who is able to help me get that. If you pick it up and you sit on the channel and you arrange for a swap, $10 to you, because I want the name back. It's mine. This Russian guy doesn't deserve to have it.
Damn.
Now, that said, now that I have an army of people who are desperate for $10 who are going to be watching twitch.tv/Savac, I can tell you the origin story. Now I know it's in good hands. Somebody will do it. So, so basically, when people will be like, all right, why are you such a savage? And I'm like, well, that's actually what the name comes from. Because when I played World of Warcraft, I decided that my name should be Savage Killer because that's what I did. I killed people in that game, and I did it savagely.
Oh my God.
That was my name. I played a lot of World of Warcraft. Like a lot of World of Warcraft. Like probably like I think it was like 250 days playing time total. So way more than SA2.
Yeah.
Way more. But I personally identify with the name. If somebody would have said Savage to me in the street, I would turn around. And I used the name after I quit World of Warcraft. I used it for a long time. And I was playing another game called Maple Story. So I had a Savage Killer and other variants of the name Savage on the game. I was making another character. I believe it was a Mercedes, and I just whatever. I started typing out Savage, and I think I made a typo, or I just put a C on the end of it, and I was like, damn, that actually looks pretty goddamn cool. So I kept it, and that's also the reason that it is pronounced the way it is. It's pronounced like Savage because that's where it's from. So why would I go from Savage to Savac? It makes no sense.
Savac.
So Savac. It's not Savac, it's Savac. Because it's my name and I can say it how I want. And I say it that way because that's where it comes from. So the zeros are literally just, it's the most nothing number that I could put after it. And that's why I did. That's it. And so again, $10 to anybody who can squat that name for me. Thank you.
You should just make your name Savac with 2 C's.
No, that's lame. Why would you put 2 letters after your name?
Oh, what's under the tree? The shade.
No, I mean, just like it was kind of like when I was figuring out how to do it in order to get Emerldd spelled the way that it was, like the way, like to where I could have the name. The extra D at the end was like the easiest. Like I did it at first with 2 L's. It actually used to be like I thought about doing with like 2 L's instead of 2 D's, but it looked so weird.
Yeah.
So like having the extra D at the end, it's just like your brain can kind of like ignore it at least. You know what I mean? In a way. But it throws people off all the time because people like who will like call my like let's say a TO calls my name at a tournament, they'll be like Emerldd, and I'm like, no, dude, you're trying too hard. You're just trying too hard.
Yeah, M just wanted the extra D.
Sure. You wanted. I was gonna say it, but I was like, oh, that's too childish. So I'm glad you said it.
Thank you. You should call me childish.
Yep. Okay, there was a question for me way up at the top. Jimbo asks, am I getting the vaccine? So to that I say yes, but I don't know when. I believe I will be getting mine in a couple weeks. People who are a little bit higher risk than me are getting it first. So it's preferentially being distributed at hospitals that have active outbreaks right now. Beyond that, it's being prioritized people who are a little bit higher risk. So like ICU workers, respiratory therapists, people in long-term care, that sort of thing. So it's going to roll out to me in a few weeks.
Dr. Sav.
Dr. Sav. I was about to say Dr. Sav. You know, I actually got a question for you guys. So we all work and have our own jobs. How do you what is like your best way to maintain a healthy like work/balance with streaming?
It's impossible.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
It's actually impossible. If you are trying so hard to be like a content creator and you work full time and you do, let's say you do school full time as well, you're kind of fucked. You really need to like be very passionate about it. So the answer is there is no healthy way to do it. You will have to make a lot of sacrifices. You will make so many sacrifices for your free time, or like so much sacrifice for your free time, because that is what you're going to be doing. If you have any desire to be a content creator or to be a streamer, you are going to have to like really, really enjoy doing it, because that is what you're going to be doing in your downtime. You know what I mean?
Like there's just not enough hours in the day. Something's got to give.
Yeah. I feel like having friends too is hard, because when you want to have a big like long
Don't have friends easy.
Oh. So like
That time with friends, that is like one of the sacrifices you have to make.
yeah, like my like I have to make time for my girlfriend and my friends. So like when you're working like 4 days a week and you're streaming 5 days a week and you have school, it's like when you get home from work, like what I usually do is right now I stream like I took off streaming on Mondays, Thursdays, and like mostly Saturdays. So like Mondays I spend with my girlfriend, and Thursdays I'll spend with the boys, and then like Saturdays like in the air what I'll do, and then I'll work, come home from work, and I'll stream. Like I work like 3 to 8, and I work at a donut shop, and I'm a dough maker, and I might be getting a promotion, so I'll probably be like working more. So it's like I get home from work at 8 o'clock, get home, stream, shower, eat, and then stream by 9:30.
Yeah, and that's rough. It's tiring.
But you know what helps?
Hmm.
G Fuel.
Chill. We're not sponsored. We can't chill like that, bro.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, yeah.
The only thing that sucks about so shamelessly drinks his Anyway, so
Red Bull while wearing a Corona extra shirt.
yeah, I definitely feel like G Fuel helps, like especially the Sonic Peach Rings one, like because M got me into G Fuel, and it's like,
Why did you do this to him?
I've gotten M. You have no idea how many people have gotten into G Fuel now. Like I got my best friend into it, and now my brother is into it.
I mean, I do think it's good. It's just
you know,
I'm not gonna shill for them that hard, man. They need to shill some for me. You know what I mean?
like I got what?
I said hit my DMs. That was for G Fuel.
You know, I think I don't know. Peach Rings. If you guys don't have it, not sponsored, but it's really good. Recommend it.
I saw Sephora had a question.
Oh yeah, that was a little bit up. If your current game didn't exist, what would you be streaming right now?
That's hard. I really do. I feel like I would be into some other speed game. For real. I don't know exactly what that would be. Maybe I would try harder at like Zelda speedruns. If like, because if I wasn't a SA2 speedrunner, I don't know if I would be a Sonic speedrunner. You know, like I'm just pretending like, let's say like I'm not like in that category at all. So I don't know if I would be. I'd definitely be speedrunning something else, at least to start, and then maybe doing other stuff. Because I'd eventually like to branch out more from speedrunning. I don't ever really want to stop speedrunning because I think speedrunning is so dope. And there's so many like different games you can play, different communities to get involved in. But yeah, I really just think, I guess if I have to pick one, it'd be like Wind Waker.
I actually was like thinking about getting into Zelda speedrunning. I'll probably do Majora's Mask. I feel like Majora's Mask has so many crazy
That game's fucking hard.
I know. It's like, you know, Enop.
Game, bro. It's like one of the most brutal ones.
Yeah, either that or Ocarina of Time. Or Sunshine, actually. Probably one of those three.
I'm cat jamming with the chat right now.
Hell yeah, everyone cat jam.
I think they're all doing it because every time we're listening to somebody, we're like,
we're just nodding. I know they're making fun of us, but I'm part of the joke now, so it's good.
True. The cat jam is top tier.
So what is that? Chungo asks, what's our thoughts on TikTok? What do you guys think?
Okay, this is good because I didn't have a great answer for that other question. So, my thoughts on TikTok are, I am 28 years old. I don't understand the younger generation. I just don't really see the appeal of TikTok. And I was actually talking about TikTok on my stream last night, and I feel like I never had a chance to enjoy TikTok because the TikTok algorithm did me dirty. Because, you know, when I first opened up the app, I guess there was like a video of like a 15-year-old girl dancing or something, and I guess I must have made the mistake of clicking on it, because then the TikTok algorithm just assumes that Savac is only interested in looking at 15-year-old girls dance. So that's all it would ever show me on the app. And I'm like, hey, no, I can't do this. This isn't what I want. I want something else, but I can't find it now because this is all the app shows me. And because that's all it shows me and it's all I see, it just assumes that I'm okay with it, I guess. And I got rid of TikTok when there was this whole like, oh, Chinese conspiracy crap. I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't even like the app anyway. I'm just going to get rid of it. Then I don't have to worry about seeing these videos that are going to one day implicate me as a pedophile.
Savac sus.
Yeah, I guess so. The TikTok algorithm did me dirty. I plead not guilty.
Dr. Sav.
TikTok to me is, you know, it's an interesting platform. I think part of me was thinking like I could use it because I'm always like thinking of like different platforms I could like try to get onto to like help growth, because let's say you were good at TikTok would be great for growth. There's tons of people, there's a pretty good algorithm, as you can tell by Savac's mistakes and spending very little time on the app. But like if you like spend a lot of time on the app, there is like an algorithm, so that'll help you get seen. Now it is very, 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 very difficult to get people from one platform to another platform. So getting people from your TikTok to Twitch is definitely a struggle in itself. And I just don't have the brain, the content creation brain for TikTok. And so that's why I don't think that I would really get into it myself.
But if you listen to the words of Devin Nash, it is important to create content on more discoverable platforms.
It's true.
Yeah.
That is
Even though
very true.
I discovered things on TikTok that I never thought I would discover. Now, I didn't want to discover them, but I discovered them.
Yeah, you discovered
And,
some new
you know,
dances, right?
I did.
But yeah, I mean, like having different platforms, diversifying your content and getting onto different platforms is always good. But I just don't think that I have the energy to put creative thinking into TikTok, because I just don't think that A, I'd be good at it, B, I don't want to make content like that, and C, like I just don't even spend much time on TikTok. Like I'll see TikToks on Twitter and stuff. I have the app still. I haven't gotten rid of it. But like, I'm not like other people who like, because I know there's tons of people who just scroll through TikTok, like just like it's Twitter, you know what I mean? But I'm just not one of those people. So if for somebody like me, like I don't necessarily really, I don't spend enough time on it to like really understand what I would need to do to grow as somebody who has a TikTok, you know what I mean?
Like,
So.
if I was going to do TikTok, it would be completely different content than what I do on Twitch.
Yeah.
Which maybe is good, but probably wouldn't be, because I would only probably use it for, like, medical stuff. To just, you know, like, public education, basically, is the only way that I would use it. Because I think there's a lot of BS that's going around on TikTok that's medically inaccurate. That's what I would use it for. Would that make me grow on Twitch? Probably not. So,
I mean,
yeah.
honestly, you know, now that you're saying it like that, dude, I could actually see that working out well for you. Because if you
Maybe.
grow, because sure, like it's not the same kind of content, but if it like, if people think you're funny for flaming other people for being medically incorrect on the app, which
Actually,
you do well
no.
anyway, you just flame people on your stream anyway, or just like, you know, or like jokingly toxic or just toxic, just on your stream in general, that carries over. So even though it's not necessarily like the same thing, you're not doing the same thing, I think it could have its benefits if you really wanted to put some time into it.
Yeah, maybe I'll look into it at the end of the
I
month.
see more
after.
potential for that than I would say from like somebody like me who like I have no clue what I would do if I was to make TikTok content. You know what I mean? I would just copy trends if I'm being honest. Like that's how I would start like going about it if I were to be like serious about it, you know?
For me, I have a couple of TikToks that I made, and a lot of them are like trends, like a lot of them, like trends, and a lot of them are like it's like silly stupid shit I would do, or I would post like clips from streaming onto TikTok. Like I had this one video where like I was playing the ocarina and my girlfriend kept on muting the microphone and taking it away from me, so it was kind of funny and like adorable to see like us do that. So got some views, and there was one video that actually got like 30,000 views, and I took a video of me clipping my nails and I had the caption as when your girlfriend's coming over later, and the song was oops oops or something like that, and I got 30,000 replies, and most 30,000 views, and most of the replies was better file those nails. That shit gonna hurt. So yeah, that's like the weird thing about TikTok. Like TikTok is targeted towards horny people a little bit, but you know,
I mean, it can be. It just depends on. There's so many different types of content on it. I mean,
yeah, I don't like watching.
You could say that about YouTube. I mean, there's YouTube videos that are weird like that too, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't like watching like TikTok dances or like. I find it.
Why?
Like I feel like, like I don't like. I kind of find it cringe when like people are like singing, like lip singing to a song, like dancing to it. Like I like the skit aspect of it. I like watching people do funny, like videos of them doing stupid shit. It's like Vine. Like I like when they use it in a Vine perspective.
Oh, yo, let's go.
Yo,
Emerldd with
getting
the
followed.
hot follow right there.
I muted my alerts because the first one came up and it played in my ears and it scared me.
All right.
Wait, do I have alerts on this scene? Oh, thank God. Apparently I had follows. I just got another one. But I don't have alerts on this scene because I'm smarter.
Look, I'm just using my, because it's on my stream deck, so they can just do like this. And,
Yeah.
So
Fair,
this
fair.
is just my full screen cam scene. So it has my alerts. And it also has my chat. Don't type in chat, I'll hide it.
Yeah. Oh,
Thankfully, I don't actually use my current scene when I stream, so that's why it doesn't have alerts on it. have a different camera scene when I'm streaming.
Real quick, favorite Sonic song. For me, it's His World. I love that song.
Flying the Freedom Free. Literally the most free choice of my life.
Which one is that? Which game's from that from? It's that.
That's Rouge's theme in this game.
Oh.
In SA2.
Live and learn.
Live and Learn. You know
Good
when
choice. I mean, it's a banger, dude. It's so good.
I feel like Live and Learn. There's that one part at the beginning where I think they say fucking. And yeah, fucking give up. I just think it was that, but it's not actually that, right?
That's definitely not Live and Learn.
No.
Okay.
No.
I always feel like that's what I hear.
So I see a question if you guys are into other fighting games. So I know for me, I've pretty much exclusively grown up on fighting games.
Mhm.
Those are always the games that I just was gravitating towards. The first game I even remember playing, probably was Street Fighter 2 Turbo on our Super NES, and I was playing that since I was 2. So, I mean, I was always into that. I was obviously when Smash 64 came out, I was all about that. Soul Calibur, I've always been big
Oh
on.
yes, Soul Calibur 2,
Um,
Link.
Obviously Melee has been a giant part of my life. It has profoundly changed the direction of that life. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Other than that, ones that I'll casually like to watch, I do enjoy watching Guilty Gear and Street Fighter as well. I will watch those. Oh, sorry, and one more, Darksiders for the Sega Genesis. Yeah.
For me, I probably say my favorite besides playing Smash.
Darkstalkers. I'm gonna Google it. Hold on, sorry.
I think my other favorite fighting game besides Smash is probably Soul Calibur. I grew up playing Soul Calibur 2. I played all the Soul Caliburs, and besides that, I played a little bit of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I've been playing Rivals a lot recently too.
Fighting games I've played, I honestly didn't grow up playing a lot of fighting games. I grew up mostly playing Smash. But I have tried to get into different fighting games at different times since playing competitive Smash. I tried to get into Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue is kind of cool. Kind of hard, though. It's a very hard, to transition from Smash into a more, I mean, it's an anime fighter, but it's more of a traditional fighter. You know what I mean? The only other game I really put meaningful time into that was a fighting game was Dragon Ball FighterZ, which was fun when I played it. I actually planned on entering tournaments and stuff, but then I don't even really. I think I was taking just Smash. I think I was just taking Smash more seriously at the time. So although I wanted to play more fighters, it was just well. It's if I want to take Smash seriously, I need to be playing more Smash and less fighters. You know what I mean?
You know what? You've reminded me. There's so many fighters that I've just played growing up. It's literally what I always go to. But so you reminded me about Dragon Ball Z. I played a lot of the Budokai games.
Yeah, I grew up playing all of those games, bro. I loved those games so much.
On my PlayStation 3, I believe, I had, and don't ask me why, but I was really big on playing the demo of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. It only
Just
had
the
2
demo?
characters. Just I never bought the game, but I had a lot of fun playing the demo with my friend.
When I was younger, I played Ultimate Ninja Storm. It's either 3 or 4. I don't remember which one, but it's one of those 2. I spent I think one of them's on 360 and one of them's not. Whichever one is on 360 is the one that I played, and I played the crap out of it for a summer. I was just I think at that point I was really bored of Call of Duty because that was during the awful years of Call of Duty, from Ghosts onward.
Oh yeah, fuck Ghosts.
During that time, I was really bored of playing Call of Duty and I wasn't into Smash yet, so I didn't know what to do with myself. So I would just try different games, and I liked Naruto, so I got that game and I just played that game for an entire summer pretty much, or at least for a month during the summer.
I think someone asked a question there, say, have you tried and what are your thoughts on GTA 5 speedrunning? And I have my bot for some reason, it made my account respond with "I don't."
Oh, that wasn't you?
That wasn't me. It made me respond with "I don't understand
Damn
the
it, dude. I thought
That's
you were just being an
crazy.
absolute dick. To
Yeah,
this
I thought you were
person.
being an asshole.
No.
I thought you were laughing about it while you're typing, and I was like, "Damn, dude,
My bot.
he's really coming out my man Chungo. Like, what Chungo?" Did
Wow.
So I got a bot made for me for Smash at the time, right? And for some reason, I have it on my Stream Deck whenever I press the button, it opens all the applications, and I'm just too lazy to get rid of the Smash bot. And my Smash bot, if you say certain things, it like responds to it in a rude, sarcastic, joking way, and I don't know how to change it. So you asked me that. I don't understand the question.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah,
If you want me to answer that question very quickly, I don't know anything about GTA 5
I
speedrunning.
don't either. That's all
Neither
I
do
have
I.
to say.
I'll watch the most I've seen of any GTA speedrunning at all is I'll watch the GDQ runs, and I think I've seen a Vice City, like a GTA Vice City speedrun at GDQ, but that's the only time I've ever seen it. I've never really looked into it too much at all or anything. Oh, and I've seen a San Andreas run, but that's it.
Okay. What do we have next?
Along with Nintendo console, which rival console would you rather have go along with it?
Yeah, I answered mine. It's one word, but you guys can go.
I don't know what that means. What's that?
Okay, so basically what he's saying is, if you weren't gonna be playing Nintendo.
Oh,
games, what would
PS4.
you be playing? All right, there you go.
What about you, Em?
I guess PS4. Maybe. Wait, does PC games count?
I
don't know.
think more exclusives.
He said console.
Yeah, I guess yeah, PS4. I bought Xbox One at release. I had it at 360 for a while. It's just Sony just has better exclusives.
Yeah,
Hmm,
I think that there's.
okay.
At least more exclusives that I'm more interested in. So
I-
So for Pokemon speedruns, or are you guys still talking on this one?
Yeah, I was gonna say that 360 I thought was better than the PS3, but the Xbox One is not as good as the PS4. Like
I could agree.
the PS4 has so many better exclusives, and like the PS3, like what I'm saying, why it lacked the, like why it wasn't as good as the 360. Like the 360 got everything first. Like I was a COD kid too, and all the DLC came to 360 first. Like all the like the zombie maps came a month earlier, and there was parties, and there was just Minecraft. Like Minecraft was a big thing on the 360 back then, and the PS3 didn't have any live. It was free at the time. It had only in-game chat. It just felt like very outdated compared to the 360. And then when the PS4 came, and then they had a subscription service, they had parties, they had exclusives. That's when like I thought it took off. And 360 had better exclusives like Halo at the time. So
Okay.
What was the thing about Pokemon speedrunning?
Yeah, so Jimbo asked, what do you think of Pokemon speedruns? So, what I will say, just off the immediately first thing I think about when somebody says Pokemon speedrun is Kizaron did a ridiculously entertaining speedrun of Pokemon. I can't remember which one it was. I feel like it was like Gen 3 or something. It might have been Emerldd actually. But I feel like that was mostly a reflection on him and his couch, but it was like such an amazing run. But I think Pokemon largely is like kind of pretty heavily dictated on RNG. I know there's a lot of RNG in it. Obviously, like a lot of it is RNG manipulation or very, very specific actions that are carefully planned out. But like for example, Pokemon Sword and Shield, that run, in order to even get a run going, you have to roll good stats, good like IVs on your Sobble. If you don't have that, the run's over. And I think it takes like 10 minutes to get there. So like that's just awful to play. Yeah, that's all I got for Pokemon.
I think the runs are very interesting, and I've actually thought about getting into Pokemon speedruns myself. Maybe I'd be down to run one of them in the future, but the biggest issue is recording them is a big investment if you plan on playing on like actual hardware, because if you plan on getting like playing a DS one, you have to get a DS capture card. And DS capture cards are not only very expensive, but they're also kind of hard to like keep in good condition. From what I understand, everybody who like there was a ton of YouTubers and stuff who would like have like capture cards for Pokemon and stuff like for their DS and would complain constantly about it like being like fragile or like breaking. Like I remember specifically Etika breaking his like DS capture card like multiple times, and it's like no joke. I think it's like literally like $500. I don't know if it's still that much. It might be more.
Well, because you had to bring chip in your DS, right? And then they had to like install it into the system.
Yeah, it's like you can't just buy like an external capture card for it. You have to buy like a DS that has it like built in.
That'd be so cool if it was like an action replay kind of thing where you plug it in the card slot and then you. Oh, that'd be so cool.
I mean, it would be super dope to get into. It's just like, although like I'm very like interested in doing a Pokemon speedrun, it's just a big investment for something that I might not like that much, especially since it is kind of reset heavy for getting like stats on starters and stuff. There are Pokemon games that are less reset heavy than others. Like I think Swiftalu, like the game that she runs, I'm pretty sure it's Black and White 2. I keep forgetting if it's Black and White or Black and White 2. But I think like I don't really see her reset early for like starters very much. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, I would probably want to run a game like that, because I'm not trying to reset for stats for like 2 hours to just get a run started. That could potentially be like 4 hours. You know what I mean? But I think speedrunning like Pokemon games are really cool. It's just kind of another thing that sucks about it is just with you can like try to like do fights specific ways and get like trainers to get like specific, like they'll do specific moves in specific situations, like if you have like a certain amount of health or something like that, but like there's still a 1 in 16 chance you get crit and then you just die. So like that is always just on the table no matter what. So
someone you want to go?
Oh yeah, so there's one that I see in the chat. I'm acknowledging yours, Jimmy, by the way, because I know you've asked that a couple times now, so we will definitely answer your
that was
question.
one I was gonna
So before we get to that, because there's one that Tony asked that I've actually was thinking about recently, because I do want to submit to GDQ, and I think now that I sit in a decent spot on the leaderboard, I can probably trick them into thinking that I'm really good at the game. So I feel like I've got a shot. Basically, Tony's question is, who would I put on the couch? So there's two ways that I thought about doing this. So number one, I would be running Dark Story or Dark Story New Game Plus at GDQ if I was going to do it. So the first option is pack my couch full of the Dark Story homies. So, you know, I'm getting my boy Gerp in there. You know, we're probably both gonna be drunk while we're doing this.
Gerp's gotta be there, man.
I'm gonna get Gerp there. I feel like I gotta have my boy Aura, who taught me Dark and got me into it, if he's there. And I feel like I'd want Drum to be there as the token British guy. And I feel like that gives us a really good combination on the couch. But I did have a second idea, which is a little bit funnier and potentially much stupider. But ignore the Dark Story homies, ignore the homies completely, and just pack my couch full of random people who know nothing about the game. Don't even give them a microphone. I will narrate the whole thing myself. So here's who I would put. So number one, I'm putting DS Dad. He's a living legend, a meme. I don't know what he sounds like, so I'd have to, you know, introduce myself and be like, you know, DS Dad, big fan. And he'll tell me that it's not a DS, but I don't care. Number two.
Wait, is that one of the guys that sits in the audience?
Yes.
Okay, because I remember the dance dad guy, the guy who like always dances like in between like the transitions.
Oh, that's
for
a
games
different one.
Yeah, I know that's a different one. I was like, he doesn't have a DS, so this must be a different one.
Yeah, DS Dad. He's like a overweight gentleman who's got like this device. It's not a DS, but it really looks like it. I can't remember what it is. But number two, I would put the guy who sat next to Draco Dan at GDQ dressed as Dr. Eggman. He's going to be my second person for my couch. And I feel like in order to really take home the fact that my couch is badass, the third person would be a cardboard cutout of myself. And that is my couch.
That would be fucking insane. It's a trip.
Sav has definitely thought this out.
I have.
Yeah. Dude, if I were to get a run of GDQ, dude, I don't know. That's a lot of thinking, bro. There's so many people that I feel like deserve to be on the couch, or like I think could bring like good input, or like it depends really on the vibe you're going for, because there's like two vibes I think of, and it's very just like informative, and like there's a group of people that I want on that couch for that informative, like getting really good commentary like on the game, and like really like telling the like intricate little details while I'm like trying to focus on like runs and shit. But then there's another couch that I would think would be just really funny, just good memes the entire time. But it's like, it really depends on the vibe you want to go for, because you can kind of get a balance of that, but you have to kind of sell one or the other better, because if you try to balance it, it becomes like a little bit more difficult. So
Yeah, that's why I recommend having my couch drunk.
I would really have to like think about it, because honestly, if you like, this is kind of like a cop out, because I really don't know, because I haven't even thought that far. Like I haven't even thought about like ever like submitting. See, Savac is in a position right now where I think it's like smart for him to like submit. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I want to submit to whichever one is doing Doctors Without Borders. And I'll be like, yo, doctor, what's up?
If you gotta go, you gotta bring a coat with you though. You gotta bring the doctor coat.
I would literally don't have one. I find them tacky.
Oh. So you
Yeah,
go to work in that shirt?
I never wear a white coat. I don't even have
I would
one
like to
with me
think
in
that
the
you'd
city.
show up in a doctor cosplay. You have to.
A doctor cosplay would literally just be me wearing like a dress shirt, dress pants, nice shoes, and maybe I'll put like a stethoscope around here. I'll even get it.
Let's go. I'm sure it's like right around this corner.
Yo,
Like, probably like hangs it by his coat. 3, 2, fuck. It was faster than that.
Savac runs
Alright,
so
now
fast.
I've got a stethoscope around my neck. This is basically the extent of my doctor cosplay.
Do you
Just have it always.
did
Just
you
grab it. Yeah.
Do you just show up to work in that Corona extra shirt?
No.
I feel like it would not be wise to just have a shirt that says Corona on it.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that part. I used to about the beer.
Dude, I think it's actually so stupid. You guys know, like people started buying less Corona beer.
Oh
when-
yeah, I did hear
when
about that.
COVID became like well known, and like everybody was like freaking out about it. Like they lost sales. I think that's absolutely ridiculous.
It is so dumb.
That Rona beer gonna
To answer Dewey's question very quickly,
With a
yes,
smash?
I am actually a doctor.
Oh.
give
I
you Savac still a doctor, not memeing.
I think Dewey
No, I've got a piece of paper that says I'm a doctor.
poggers. I think
Dewey's question.
yeah, he asked us like, why do we pick those Smash mains?
Mm-hmm.
So, I believe in this call we have a Ness, Palu, and a Yoshi, which you can imagine how much hatred I have for those characters as a Ness main.
All right, that's my ultimate name.
So like,
Yeah, that's not his main game. That's not Savac's main game. So to be fair,
Like, I can talk about my Yoshi selection in Ultimate if you want. I was planning to talk about Melee. We can do both.
oh yeah, we can talk about Melee too. But like, yeah, I played Ness because in Smash 4, I played Ness and I watched Foe in 4, and it kind of like inspired me to pick up Ness. So I kind of just stuck with Ness, and then he got buffed in Ultimate, and I just stayed loyal. That's basically it.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I play good characters.
Sell out.
I don't care. I'm a competitor. If I like that I think it's like the goofiest argument to be like,
No, you don't want to learn a low tier.
I love Ganondorf because I love Ganondorf. I just love his nose, and I just want to like have Ganondorf pride.
Wow,
And it's like-
canceled.
It's
Yeah.
just you can't, dude.
All right.
He wants to win.
Fair,
He wants to
fair.
win.
So
Yeah.
criteria for characters is I will try to see who's the best or like feels the best, and then I will play them if they are cool. Basically, if they're design, I also like factor in design too, because if it's like an ugly character, like i.e. Wario in Ultimate, like I don't want to play Wario. He's such a goofy, ugly looking character, but he's good. So I'd rather play just somebody who's good. And so that's why I play Palu, because she is honestly the reason why I settled on Palu is because like in Ultimate her play style is pretty basic. You are just abusing the dumb things about Palu, and you are playing like a very like fundamentals like kind of based game. You're not really any crazy funky tricks with Palu. She doesn't have any like fancy like stuff.
All the homies hate Palu.
Actually true. All hate Palu.
That's why Palu's my secondary tilt people.
She's just very good, and like she allows me to play the game that I want to play, which is press buttons.
That's why
I'm best at.
that's why I have to secondary Roy for those annoying small brain Palus. Let me do down. Let me do nair neutral.
I don't even know who your main is.
I mean
Neutral buddy, maybe my nair.
Oh right, you answered that. Okay, wait, so it's my turn. All right. So, like Emerldd, my character must be at least near the top of the tier list. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time. If they're at the top of the tier list, there's probably a pretty damn good reason for it. Usually that indicates that the character is on average better than those below them. So if you are above most characters on the tier list, your character is good. Beyond that, it's got to be a character that I personally mesh well with. You know, you can't force a character. If you don't work on that character, no power on this earth is going to make it work.
Yeah.
At least it won't be an easy transition to a character that doesn't fit your playstyle. So I was a pretty big Mewtwo King fan growing up. So I started off with Marth in Melee, and that really didn't work out so well for me. I just couldn't do it. Sword characters really have never worked for me. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's try Sheik. And I did a little bit better with Sheik. And I was finally ready to just start like net playing people. And I was just getting messed up online. And like I played Peach like as a meme. And I won. And I was like, I didn't even know how to do anything with Peach. But I was winning. And I used her a few more times. And I was like repeatedly winning. And I'm like, wait. She's got this down smash. She's got a win button. You press down on the C stick and you win. It's all you have to do. She's got a win condition that's free, one input.
It's kind of true. It do be hitting in Melee for real.
It hits hard. And once I actually learned Peach tech, and I realized, holy crap, this character is like mega technical. I really meshed well with Peach, and I've been like hardcore, nonstop, all Peach all the way ever since. Smash Ultimate. Once again, it's really kind of a similar thing where I had to find a character that I'm clicked with.
It also mashes hard.
Now I'll no. Maybe the crappy ass Yoshis you play against that don't know how to.
What are you talking about? I live on Long Island with like the most annoying top Yoshi mains.
He's probably not mashing. You're just.
Yes, they are. They all mash. They all admit it too. They literally just spam nair to neutral, and out of shields.
Is that what mashing means to you?
No, mashing is just pressing buttons like crazy. But I like.
Well, no, but if they're pressing buttons with purpose, that's not mashing.
No, all they do is just mash.
Faster than you and more technical and more precise. That's not mashing.
You just mash it very. Don't get offended. Don't get offended. Just accept it.
When I play Soul Calibur and I'm just hitting buttons to get moves.
Like I made Ness. I can accept that I'm a masher. It's all about the acceptance.
Yeah, but I don't.
No.
I feel like people don't.
I played Anthony. He's a masher.
I feel like you guys don't use the term right.
But
when I do a move, it's specific. I know exactly the move I want, and I do.
Well, it's generally, I think the thing that like there's a play style difference. Some people like play and like bait with attacks and like do put out hitboxes to be like active and stuff, but other people play more defensively. Now in Ultimate, you get punished for doing more defensive options because defensive options aren't as good.
Thank God.
So hold on. If I'm like approaching with short hop nair, that's mashing to you?
Yeah.
That's not mashing.
It's a form of mashing.
That's two buttons.
Oh no. Okay. All right. If you're just mashing it out of anything just to see where it's at, that's mashing. But if you're doing forward nair to control, I don't know. It's just Yoshi mashes that.
I assure you, with my frame data knowledge, I'm not just doing it. I'm pressing a nair if I know that it's gonna work.
Oh, so like another question I saw that asked twice.
No. I haven't. You pulled me off topic there with Yoshi. So Yoshi, first of all, I effing hate Yoshi's guts in Melee. I despise that character. He's cancer. He's anti-fun. Not for me. I hate playing him. Thank God Peach messes him up like repeatedly. It's such a horrible matchup for Yoshi, which is good. But I main Yoshi in 64 because he's technical as all hell in that game and actually hurts my hands more than Melee Fox, which I didn't know was possible. But in Ultimate, Yoshi's got a couple good things going for me. Number one, his punish game was like so goddamn like cookie cutter when I was first picking up the game, which was really nice for me because it wasn't my main game. I wasn't like figuring it out to the same degree. I didn't care. But I found like a really awesome flowchart on the Yoshi Discord that showed me exactly what to do for punish game in like all percentage ranges and shit. So like I learned that. And more importantly, the real reason that I was all about Yoshi is for some reason when you're playing online, they disabled taunting. And I'm like, what the hell? I am all about taunting my opponent.
Yeah, it's all about bullying people.
So Yoshi can still taunt because when he goes in and out of shield, he does like this little jump dance thing. So you can spam the shield button repeatedly and you're still BMing your opponent, which no other character can really do. So, I mean, you know, we had a good character that I had amazing results with right away with like limited effort. And then I could BM the living crap out of everybody that I played. It's perfect. And I do it in bracket to people.
I feel like teabagging is more effective.
Nope, Yoshi's is better. He does a happy dance.
Or Wario, this
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have.
Yoshi has great taunts.
Yeah. So another question was what got. So I believe two people asked us what got us into speedrunning. I mean, we kind of talked about this earlier, but like a quick recap. I just got into it because Emerldd was playing it and it got me into it.
I am my own biggest inspiration.
I got into it because originally I watched Talon do it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I just thought the run was sick. Talon was just like the main person who was streaming it back then. And I like Talon stream. But it was definitely more so like, you know, he was the guy who was playing it. So I was like, damn, this run's interesting. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to play this game.
Okay, do we have anything else in there?
Someone said, dude, try Community Smash Tournament. No, after all the shit we just said about Wi-Fi Smash.
It's trash, bro. It's not worth. It's not fun.
Yeah, I did.
Unless you're trying to get back aired by Pally the entire time.
Hey, or spin dashed
this year. Okay, I can answer that because I am planning to return to Celeste for a sub 45%.
Ooh, Celeste.
So I need to shave about 10 minutes off my run. My run's 55 minutes and 10 seconds right now. But I do think I can do it. I have been ILing it a little bit. As soon as my time frees up, I will be going back to trying that. That is my main thing that I want to pick up. I do want to go back into A Link to the Past randomizer again because I really enjoyed doing that. I probably will not return to Splatoon 2 Octo expansion runs just because it's so anti-fun to play because every time you reset, it's like 8 minutes to get the next run going. Because you have to do a tutorial and sit through cutscenes. So I do not think I'll be returning to that.
What are your New Year's resolutions? For me,
you guys aren't running anything else.
Oh, sorry. I completely just cut off the question. Sorry. Nah, probably not for me. Just gonna stick to Sonic. I'm still pretty new.
Okay.
I am planning on doing Dark Story after I get the 22 in Hero and getting top 10 and stuff. So I'm still gonna be playing SA2, but I think like I am gonna put a decent amount of time into Dark Story, but I'd like at that point to branch out to maybe some more stuff. Like I'd like to get back into Heroes more, Sonic Heroes, and learn Team Sonic. I've been low key off stream, kind of just learning the limited tech selection playthrough of the Sonic stages. So like without the crazy glitches and stuff, and bot boosting.
Are you gonna continue
just to get a feel for like the movement and stuff?
Are you gonna continue Amy runs and Heroes?
Team Rose runs, yeah. I'll probably do some more of those. I don't know how heavily I'll focus on it. I honestly would like to even try like maybe more games, but I don't know. We'll see what the year has in store. But for now, the main thing is like get the 22 in Hero, and then play Dark Story and more Heroes for the time being. And then maybe even like play some of the other speed games more seriously that I already run, like Odyssey or like Jack and Daxter or something. But we'll see.
Oh, another good question. What is your favorite Sonic game to play casually? I feel like for me is Black Knight. I don't know why I have a soft spot for Sonic and Black Knight.
Sorry. So my favorite game to play casually.
Yeah.
So does that mean
Sonic
like
related.
currently
Like
or
Sonic
when
related.
I was younger? Because if it's when I was younger, it's SA2.
In general.
I don't understand the question fully.
Like in general, younger, older, doesn't matter. Just like
When I was younger, yeah, SA2, 100%.
SA2?
I can't attribute more
Oh,
enjoyment to another Sonic game than I.
yeah,
for SA2.
that's me too. But like besides SA2, what would you say? Because SA2 is mine too. That's what got me to speedrunning it.
SA2 is the easy answer.
Yeah.
Probably the first adventure then.
Yeah. I found
Or honorable mention to Sonic, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020.
Oh, I like the winter one.
Ugh.
I like the winter one.
Dude, we don't even play casually. That's just a bloodbath.
I know,
for
I've
World
never
Cup
played
Music
it
Clash.
casually.
No, we played the story.
I'm
You
coming.
played-
I'm coming. I did play the story out. I'm coming back to that game in a big way because I finally got Dark Story New Game Plus. So, yep.
I don't want to play the game anymore, sad. Just don't be.
Oh yeah, I have
the
the
rec-
song on right
Go
now.
ahead.
Your favorite song.
All right, what else we got?
New Year's resolutions.
For me, if I have to pick, it's Generations. I think I really enjoy. Like, I'm not playing it currently, but like I like playing Generations pretty casually, and like that's my SA2 would be my number one answer. But since I feel like that's a cop out, I would say Generations.
Generations was tight. I didn't like the 2D. I'm not a 2D platformer. Besides, like some games we're picky with, but
All my homies hate 2D platforming.
yeah, like only 2D platforms I like are Castle Crashers was fun, Celeste, and some like Mario Maker. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So someone asked New Year's resolution. I think this is gonna be the last question. So last question we'll do is what are your New Year's resolution? Not to look at the viewer count.
Nice.
I have a couple things I'd like to be like healthier. Obviously those resolutions are very generic, but the main thing is YouTube. I want to do more YouTube stuff, and I really want to like focus like harder on it because I know that's what I need to do if I plan on growing as a content creator. So
Yeah, so for me, in terms of like resolutions for my stream, I mean, it's kind of similar as, making additional content because I feel like I'm at a point with SA2 specifically where I have a lot of knowledge about the game and enough skill to make good tutorials about it. So my plan is to make tutorials for various strats in the game. I've actually about 60% done an Iron Gate skip tutorial right now. I'll be doing Fling Skip and just like any other strats that are, I guess, hard for Dark Story because I'm more versed in Dark Story and there's less guides out there, is what I'll kind of be focusing on. Like if you're good at something, make guides about it, I guess. Saw that somewhere. Somebody recommended that, and I'm like, that's a good idea. I can do that.
Yeah. Let's just do the one last question, which is like, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna answer Tyler's question really quick. I don't know if I would completely be done with Hero Story. It would really depend on the time I got, if I'm being honest. Because if I get a 22 and it's a 22:59, I'm gonna be tight.
That's not top 10. So.
It's not top 10, so I'd be tight. So I would not. I would have
what
to.
do you need?
I'd
57?
think
Yes.
like 57, 56.
I know
or something.
56 would do it for sure, because they both have 57s.
Yeah. Let me look. I need a 56.
Jimbo asks.
Oh, for me, it's the big T. Why are you smirking like that?
I should have known.
What do you mean you should have known?
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew
Why? Is this something wrong with being a titty guy?
It. Yeah, I could tell.
So, what's that supposed to mean?
These are professional.
How does Dage get good RNG?
How am I gonna answer
He
that?
doesn't.
Emerld's all about those thighs, right?
professional streamer. Gotta keep it 100. Gotta keep it professional. Gotta keep it chill. The answer is yes.
Oh, let's go. What's up, Master Mario? So someone asked favorite Sonic character. For me, Sonic. I don't know. I don't want to be like that guy, but probably Sonic.
Shadow.
Shadow. Oh, you don't fit that edgy stereotype though.
Rouge.
No, I don't. But Shadow was my favorite growing up.
Rouge.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
Rouge.
Then Shadow.
You should have told me your favorite characters, and I would have made that your icons.
No, Shadow's fine for me.
I think the only reason my details for Emerlds because yellow and green go well.
It does go well.
It
Also,
does.
theoretically, it is my best character of the 3 in Hero Story.
That's what I thought of too. 'Cause I know you told me your best was
It's
that.
true. Well, I mean, it sure as heck ain't Knuckles, and I
It's
mean,
definitely
Sonic.
not Sonic. It's
Yeah,
definitely
it can't
my
be
Sonic
either.
my Sonic has gotten better, but it's definitely not that good.
Well,
so.
the Sonic in your PV for sure, but I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah.
that's a great indicator.
No, it's probably not, but it is the 19th the best in the top 20 for combined Sonic. So it's pretty
Yep.
not good.
Oh,
Hi,
Gerp
Gerp.
has a question.
God, I've been waiting for this.
I actually have been waiting. I was wondering why Gerp hadn't asked anything yet. Gerp, we know you have a question, okay? We're ready. We're here. I'm all open.
I want nacho
Why
fries. I think after this podcast, I'm gonna get nacho fries and Baja Blast.
Let's go. I'm just sitting here waiting for Gerp's question.
If your name is Skip, what would you name it? I mean, Savac already has time sav.
Oh yeah, I've got time sav. I feel like another skip needs to be named after me though. I also have a dream of finding a way to skip Swiss cheese in Cosmic Wall. So the full name of that skip that I'm going to invent is going to be, if I can ever find it, Cosmic Wall skip cheese skip.
That's so gross. I hate it. I hate it.
That's my dream, is to find that skip.
To me, it sounds like a nightmare, dude. I couldn't.
Why?
It's
so much.
great.
Why do why do people keep on quoting me? Sloppy but manageable? When did I say that?
Oh, greatest, top 5 greatest SA2 players of all time.
Maybe you just look on the literature boards.
All right, I'm gonna say Dage 4 through 1, like Dage 4, Dage 3, Dage 2, Dage 1, and then Sonic Guitar.
Dude, Sonic Guitar. I don't know.
I mean,
Dude, he's a legend.
Yeah, I don't know. He was doing things 10 years ago that I was doing a year ago. So, I mean, is he really that good?
honestly,
Yeah, 10 years ago.
He came
10
up
years
with
ago.
a shittier version of my own strat 10 years ago. I mean, is that good? Is that impressive?
Yeah.
But mine's better.
Also, I feel like coming up with such a list like that is actually really hard to do because especially for somebody like AFWagers, because how the fuck is he
true.
supposed to come up with that list when he's only been in the community for not even a year yet?
yeah, I was literally gonna say Dage
that.
and then you guys.
Not only that, but it's also just because you're the best at a specific time of playing the game doesn't necessarily mean you're one of the best, which is not flame towards anybody specifically, but it's how do you even gauge that, because
So, yeah,
at
I agree.
tons of different points there have been the best players, so it's we can name off players that have been had been in it for a while, like Broken Arthritis, Logan.
I am prepared to give a list though.
Is definitely one of the best. I don't really have a list. I don't think it's
All
fair
right.
for me to make a list.
All right.
Except
Well,
for
I don't
Dage
either,
4 is
but
at
I'm
the
gonna
top.
freeform this right now. So, number 1 is Dage 4. I don't think anybody would really fight this. He's the greatest player the game has ever seen. Easily got the world record in everything that he has ever set his sights on in this game. Dage C, Dage take. That's how it goes. Kid's really good at the game. For number 2, I think I would probably put Aiden, and it might be controversial, but I'm going to explain. See, Aiden has done a similar thing too. When Aiden finds a random ass record, he just takes it. He quickly soared up the leaderboards in an era when the game was highly optimized. Got the closest anyone's ever been able to get to taking a record from Dage. That's hard
He
to
did
do.
shoot up so quick. I remember when Aiden's runs started showing up on the boards and like how quickly he was improving. I was like, who is this dude? Like I didn't,
Yep.
because I didn't know who Aiden was at all. And like he shot up fucking quick, dude.
Yep.
So regardless of if you think like he's actually good or not, the time at least reflects. I think the time says it all. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
for real.
For number 3, I'm putting Talon. So Talon at one point held the world record in everything. He had Hero Story, he had Dark, All Stories. I think he had Last Stories, and I know he also had Any Percent. He's also the biggest streamer the game's ever had. So in terms of influence and skill, I think he deserves to be on the list. And
He
that's why
definitely
I'm
deserves
putting
to be
him at
on
number
the list, if anything, for influence alone. I think
Yeah.
he is like back when SA2 was at its biggest, Talon was the figurehead, and I mean he has done a lot, I guess, for like keeping the community alive for like a while, I guess, as being like a streaming thing, not necessarily like in the behind the scenes. I don't know about that because I really wasn't around like that when Talon was around. But I mean, that's the only reason why I know about SA2 is because of Talon. So
Fair. Okay. For number 4, I think I would actually put Lexi there. And the reason being,
Lexi's crazy.
She has gotten some crazy times, has had world records in her possession for a bit. Obviously, there's the unfortunate nature of the Dark and All Stories runs, but she has the skill to take records from Dage, and that is hard to do. He takes them back, but she was able to get them. That's not easy to do. Also has been just taking over the category extension leaderboard a little like bit by bit. Ultimately, if she didn't swap games, she would probably have most of them by now. And it's damn impressive, not to mention that she won the Hero Story tournament this year, beating Dage in the semifinals and then beating Aura in the finals. So that's why I'm putting Lexi at number 4. In terms of number 5, I'm putting Gerp98 because he has the greatest Hero Story run ever seen. This man beat out the world record. He beat out the community goals. His run's just perfect. In fact, it wasn't even a Hero Story run. It was an All Stories run. And it was amazing. Good work, Gerp. Gerp's at number 5.
Gerp is easily top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Master Mario. By the way, Emerldd ran Odyssey runs. I never done it, but if I did a run, I'd probably do Sunshine.
Oh yeah, Odyssey is sick. I have like a 113 in Odyssey. I got it back when the game came out. Back then it was a top 100 time, but obviously now 113 is kind of doggy doo-doo dog shit. But you know, that's just because the game's like advanced so far, and like the strats have gotten a lot more advanced, and the route is, you know, more set in stone. Like back when I was running it, there was like different routes, like literally every week. Like people were trying to figure out the best way to go about getting them, like the moons and stuff, because it was so like free form.
That's why I didn't pick up the run. I couldn't do it. They kept changing the route.
Yeah, it is frustrating, and that's, I think, partially why I kind of like stopped running it for a little bit, because I was like, I'll get back to it.
Yeah, let them figure it out.
Yeah, let them figure it out. Let me then figure out what the best strats are, and then like actually improve and like try to like get better using those strats, rather than just trying to like force it and just try to get better on my own.
Yep, Dewey, so I am my own inspiration for running SA2. I did watch it at GDQ because I've watched, like, I don't think I missed a GDQ starting in 2015. I've watched all of them since then for sure. And SA2 appeared twice at GDQs before I picked up the game. So that's, oh, good God.
What do you have to say for yourself? I'm Sonic.
Talking to me?
Okay.
Why are you all quiet all of a sudden? Keep talking like what?
Because I was like mid-sentence and you just freaking came over here in like a Sonic suit.
You know what the crazy thing is? Is he spent money on that.
Well,
Cringe.
don't point at me and call me cringe.
I wasn't pointing.
You were doing it with your voice.
Oh, okay. Cringe.
Fine, I'll take it off. I'm putting my Spider-Man suit on. You're gonna like it.
Take it off.
Ugh. Ugh.
Man, I didn't realize I would be watching AFWagers undressed tonight, but here we are.
Getting a little bit more than we bargained for on the AFWagers.
Definitely.
Huh?
I was only here to shit talk his Knuckles. I wasn't expecting that.
Sure.
What are we talking about?
Anyways, any other questions, guys? You guys got any other last minute questions for us? We have been talking for quite a while now.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, less an hour. 3 hours later.
Last chance.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
You can't-
Someone's getting the buzzer beater.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. Alright, guys, so we're going to end the podcast here. Thank you to Savac and Emerldd for joining me. I had a really fun time. If you guys are not following them, go follow them at their streams. If a moderator can please cast them out. They are fantastic streamers, and they also speedrun this category. He mainly streams Dark Story. He mainly streams Hero Story, and I do Hero Story as well. So if you guys like speedruns and all that cool stuff, give me a follow here. And yeah. So any last second words you guys want to say?
Learn Knuckles, idiot.
Yeah, your Knuckles is a fucking disgrace.
Disgrace. Disgrace is an accurate word.
Also, thanks for having me on. It was fun.
No problem, man.
Yep, thank you. I enjoyed my time here.
Awesome. Maybe we'll have more eventually. Who knows? Went well today. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for coming on. What?
Are you gonna continue to stream? What are you doing?
I'm gonna go stuff up myself after you guys leave.
All right, boys. Twitch.tv/.
No!
All right, who's coming over to Twitch.tv Emerldd? If you're going over to Twitch.tv Emerldd, get an Emerldd blows up in the chat right now with me. Spam it.
True.
Let's go. Emerldd blows up. It's happening, boys. We can't let this happen on AFWagers channel.
Damn. I'm gonna get nacho fries.
You might be in luck. There's not a lot of blows ups over there. Oh wait, Emerldd. Oh wait, here they are. They're coming. They were just delayed.
Rip. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Later.
All right.
Good night.
Peace out.